Evening. Oh, apologies. My laptop went tits up and I had to reset and restart the stream really quickly. So, sorry guys about that, but we're here. We're here to talk about Spurs staying in the Premier League. They just survived with a 1-0, a narrow win over Everton. Relief, of course. Lucky? Absolutely. And listen, I get it. Some fans will celebrate tonight because relegation was staring us in the face. But nobody wanted that embarrassment. But for me, survival does not erase the disgraceful failures of this season. One goal on the final day doesn't suddenly make this acceptable. One result doesn't remove the questions around ENIC. One moment of relief shouldn't wipe out months of poor performance, poor decisions and lower standards. And the worrying thing for me is no ENIC out chance at the end of the game, just relief. And that's how exactly this ownership gets away with it again. So I want to hear from you guys tonight on the panel, people. The links in the chat, come in and join. People in the chat, get involved with your comments. Yeah, where do we go from here? We'll talk about the game, just generally how fans are feeling. Smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, get involved in the comments. We're here, we've been streaming all day, so a little bit tired, but we're ready, we're up for it. We're going to talk about today and the season. Let's welcome in the guests. Cookie, how are you, man? How you been?
Yeah, man, long day. Relief that we got the result and we've stayed in the Premier League. It weren't the best of games, but we got the job done. And now for me, there is no celebrating. We finished 17th and, we haven't gone down, but a lot of these players and people above them are accountable for this. And I need calling out, mate, at the end of the day. Like I say, relief that we got the win, relief when we scored, relief we've got over the line. But the inquiry starts now. The arse kicking starts now. And,
what, should we start it now, Cookie?
Yeah,
should we
man.
just kick off with it straight away?
Yeah, if you want.
Forget the Everton match today. We're just going to go full in on the Inquest now, or are we going to touch on it? I think we should touch on the Everton game a little bit.
Yeah,
because people watching, they might have not been at the watch along, Cookie. Do you know what I mean? So they might not have listened in to us. So we should really give our thoughts on the Everton game. And look, let's say hello. Thanks for coming on, Cookie, mate. And the link is in the chat here. Anybody is welcome to come on. There's the link. Click it. Come in. Tell us how you're feeling. Are you celebrating tonight? Are you relieved? Yeah, how you feeling? For me, I feel flat, to be honest. Feel very flat. Obviously relieved that we're not relegated. But, I'm just bloody pleased the season's over now. Because it's just been horrid. Rowley, evening to you. How are you, mate?
I'm good, man. Yeah. It's nothing to celebrate, is it? Scraping relegation battle. There's nothing to celebrate. But, yeah, I'm relieved. Big time relieved. I'll tell you who was watching. Romero. That was a shock, wasn't it? Seeing him there. I think he had a bollocking, didn't you? So get your ass back. The media's not having it. The fans ain't having it. You got to get back.
Well, it's just a shambles, isn't it? That whole situation around Romero going off to Argentina, absolute shambles from the club. Yeah, that just sums up our season. Drama, unnecessary drama. The club captain should be at the club. He should be at the club on the last day of the season, not fucking off to Argentina. And look, this just sums up our season. It's absolute shambles of a club. But Rowley, big up to you, mate. Cheers for coming on. Let's go to the chat. Let's see who's in the chat. Big up to Daryl Denton. Let the coal begin. Yeah. Big up to you, mate. Big up. Big up to Jimmy as well. Big up, Jimmy. Big up, guys in chat. Mentally exhausted after today, but we're playing Premiership football again next season. Yep, we're not going anywhere. We're not getting relegated. And we survived. That's something. We're going to get into it. Razzle Dazzle's in the chat. Evening, gents. Evening to you, Razzle Dazzle. How are you? He's saying a mass clear out needs to happen right now. We're talking next week. Yeah, no hanging about here. Players have got to go, and I hope Deserby now he's kept us in the Premier League. He's going to turn around to those people above him. Listen, I've only been here 5 minutes, but I've seen this lot, and we need major changes. We need to shift the lot out because these boys, they can't do what I need them to do. Let's be honest. We're just so boring today. Just no creativity. It was painful at times. And Deserby, he's come in. You know, he's got us over the line. So fair play to him. Fair play to the players for effort today. But, you know, bloody right. They need to show something, man, with the disgusting performances all season. Let's go to Daryl in the chat. See the fans do nothing, relief, but Enoch let off. And that's how it feels for people who are Enoch out, for people who want change. Are we surprised? Are we surprised at the fan base celebrating? Fair enough being relieved. A little clap at the end of the game. Well done. Well done. Yeah, you got to win. Yeah, well done. Yeah, well, where's the booze? Where's the Enoch out? Yeah, where is it? It's nowhere. Yeah, it's just, let's go and have a beer. Let's go and have a kebab. Yeah, congratulations. Listen, I can't deal with it. Sorry if I'm coming across rude here, but I've had enough of this season. I'm not happy. It's a load of bollocks, right? And I'm sorry, the fan base, unfortunately, they're not going to take any action, and they'll go into next season with their high hopes that Deserby is going to be the guy who's going to get us into the top 4. Watch out for scary Spurs. We'll see the videos. Nah, sorry. This season has been an absolute disgrace. And yeah, sorry for my rant, but I'm sorry, guys. It's disgraceful. Jimmy in the chat says Dan so outstanding today. Yeah, he's been good. He's been steady, isn't he, Dan? So I've got to say he's done his job. He's done his job. Razzle Dazzle says we are bound to wait until after the World Cup and be behind everywhere.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Go on, Rowley, you go for it, mate.
If we don't get our business done early, yeah. Now we've got the survival. We know where we're going to be. We're going to be in a Premiership. Get your business done early. Get your players in early. Otherwise, we're going to be lagging behind and we're going to get the drags again, aren't we? All the dregs. And that ain't good enough. This is a total Tottenham thing to do. Get in early. Get your players that you need.
Well, we will see. We will see. A lot's got to be done in this summer. And look, there was no Cookie, and I'll go to you quickly. I'll go back to the chat. There was no pre-match notes about the season, what's happened, any apologies, nothing.
No, I think it's a disgrace that they've left that section empty. If that's the case in the programme, you know, you've got people at the club that are supposed to be in charge. So whether it's Vinay, whether it's Lang, whoever it is, someone needs to be writing the programme notes in. And it's just disgusting that the club have left it empty like that. But it just says it all about Tottenham at the moment, Dan, unfortunately.
Yeah, certainly does. CM in the chat, evening to you. Big up to you, man. You're in the watch along. You're in the show this morning. Relieved, but we need a shitload of change at this club. Yeah. And I doubt it will happen. Look, CM, spot on, man. Until it happens, until we see it, I don't believe. Marianne in the chat, evening to you. Big up, relieved we made it, but still Enoch and their minions out all day long.
Big up to you,
all day long. We need new ownership. Big up to Kate. How you doing, Kate? Hi, Dan, the man, Mark, and panel. I'm relieved, but Enoch needs to F off 100%.
Can't agree more, Kate.
Yeah, everyone in the chat so far is, is on point. Definitely on point. And look, there may be other people in the chat I haven't come to yet, but throughout the evening that might not feel the same. Yeah. Tell me why you're accepting this failure from this ownership, and why is that okay? If you disagree with guys like us and people in the chat, tell us. It's not been good enough. It's finishing 17th, 2 season running, 3 managers this season, 4 managers in a year, failed recruitment. It's just not good enough. And as fans, we deserve so much more than this rubbish. Look at all the teams, right, celebrating at the end of the game. What was it? Bournemouth got Europa League. Sunderland, just come up from the Championship and qualifying for Europe, right? Was it Conference or Europa League? I don't know, but they got some kind of European football. Anyone know?
I think they're Europa. I think they got
Europa League.
Brighton got the Conference.
Yeah, Brighton. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the state of that, eh? Just were promoted, and Spurs hanging in there on the last day of the season. I mean, I can't, honestly, I can't deal with it.
You're talking about that, Dan, and we've got these Arsenal wankers on here picking up their trophy now from the bloody Emirates. You know, we're talking about two clubs that have just gone in totally different directions in the last 7 or 8 years. Do you know what
I can't look at it. I can't look at it, Cookie.
No, man,
Can't look at it.
It's on though. They're at Palace picking a trophy up. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is, man. It is what it is.
It is what it is, and you know they've done what they've done. But look at the state of our club.
Yeah.
Just surviving relegation. Let's bring in Anthony to Tottenham Therapy. Anthony, how are you doing, man?
I'm relieved more than anything. How about you?
Ah, mate, yeah, it was crap, weren't it, today? But we got it over the line. We've survived. But look, you know, I'm not happy, mate. I'm not sitting here celebrating. I'm not sitting here, you know, thinking, oh, you know, what a great performance, what a great season. The whole thing's been a shit show. Relieved, yes. Okay, I'll take that. Relieved. I'm relieved that we're not relegated. But is anything going to change, Anthony? Probably not.
The thing is, like, whether people will say it or not, we are a big club, and we should never, in a million years, be in this situation. My concern is now that we've stayed up, the board might look at it and think, you know, oh, they don't need to do anything because we've, you know, what's there to worry about? We've stayed in the Premier League. But the trouble is, those players still ain't good enough. They've not the performance today summed up our whole season. It was shocking, and we scored a stuffy goal, which I'm happy about, and I'll take that all day long. But let's not pretend any different. It was a rubbish game. It was a rubbish season. And unless the board change their ways, we'll be struggling fighting relegation again next season. And I really don't have confidence that the board will change their ways.
No. Why would you, Anthony, have confidence?
Exactly.
This is it. Why would fans have confidence? Look, Deserby is a talented manager, right? There's no doubt about it. He's a good manager. But is he going to be given the players to produce the football he wants to play? And this is where we're going to go here. Yeah, so look, let's just hold that chat for now. Let's bring in Philly. Philly's coming in. I think he's having a bit of connection problems. Let's bring him in here.
I was just going to say, get the Philmeister in because he'll fucking put everyone straight away.
Yeah, he'll talk some truth once he comes in. Let's go.
Here he is.
Let's go to the chat and quickly big up to Kev in the chat. Big up to Nito in the chat as well. Big up to Sue in the chat as well. I'll go over your comments in a second. Big up to Rangers Fan TV. Congratulations, Spurs. Cheers, mate. Thank you so much. Just want to make sure I covered everyone. We got Philly in there. Yes, I think that's done. Philly, how are you, man? Do you enjoy that wonderful, fantastic performance from Spurs there to beat Everton by 1-0?
Oh, it was rousing, mate. In the standing ovation, it was a brilliant show, brother. Yeah, that's not me, man. I'm embarrassed about this season. I said it from the start of the season. Welcome to Jurassic Park, and I meant it. This squad is horrendous. We stank one over the line today, yeah, and Everton were basically not even there. They were on the beach already, and we got the result, and West Ham got relegated, and they got a nice win on the way down. But I don't want to ever see Tottenham in the situation, and we should have learned this last season when we finished 17th here to win a trophy, or what was the guise of winning a trophy. This squad is horrendous, and everyone involved deserves to sack tomorrow morning if the club is serious. But I doubt they're going to make that action. A lot of the players need to go. I don't care what the price is for a lot of them. They need to go, like yesterday.
But the thing is, and we'll bring in Kevin in a minute. Trevor. Philly, let's be honest with ourselves here. Not a lot's going to change. This squad, it needs a massive overhaul. You know, we've seen it the last 2 seasons now. And look, I've been defending the players for a lot of the season. I put a lot on the coach. But in the end, Philly, I saw these players under Tudor, seen them under Deserby. They're not good enough. They're not good enough. I can't defend them no more. And we need a massive overhaul to this squad. A lot of work needed. It's not going to be done in one window. It's going to take many, many windows to get right. But look, we'll come back to it in a second. I want to say hello to Trevor. Evening to you, Trevor. How are you?
Well, I'm alive after that. I don't know how. Oh, the Cookie. Thanks for having me on, lads. Up the Spurs. We got there by the skin of our teeth. And what you were just saying there. We all
We don't want to hear Arsenal chat. Who's that? Turn that off.
Spare me a sec. The bloody radio come on just as bloody Arsenal doing the celebrations.
Oh, mate.
Bloody
Shut
dick.
it down, mate. Shut it down.
There we go.
Turn your mic off.
Oh, unbelievable. I can't believe it.
We
Have a
good
word.
to
me
go.
mute him.
Yeah, Dan. What you said you was on earlier,
Yeah.
and you said about giving up your season ticket and all that. I'd done that in 2019 as well. I could see it, but and there's probably a lot of you on the panel could see it, but there's a lot of fans out there just can't see it.
Oblivious to it, mate.
The downfall of this club, to make me, an hardcore supporter, walk away, that's a lot, isn't it? And I think that takes a lot of balls. A lot of people go, you're not a proper fan. But it's the opposite. You're standing up for what you believe in the club's right. And we all want to believe the players are going to come good, but they're not good enough. Simple as that. 2 seasons, 3, 4 seasons, don't lie. And 3 or 4 managers, and the players are still not getting any better. Some fans are thinking we can coach these players. I'm sorry.
Can't.
They've got to have a complete overhaul. They've stayed up by the skin of their teeth. And they were lucky because West Ham have just won 3-0. And I said both teams will win, didn't I? Earlier, I said both teams are going to win. Whether or not I believe we were going to get over the line, it's another matter. But we done it. And fair play to them for doing it. But it was, well, Kinksky, he's done a great job since he came in my opinion.
Yeah.
But we need to look at wingers, a captain, and a decent goalie, and a top striker,
100%.
or somebody coming up
We need
through the ranks.
playmakers as well, mate.
Yeah, we need creative midfield.
Had you noticed Vicario came off was more animated
We
on
need
the
a bloody
bench.
team
He
in
wasn't,
other words,
was he wasn't the goal the whole season.
I don't know if you heard it, but it was really funny. Gary Neville comes out with some crap. We all know that. But in the game, I know you were streaming. You might not have heard it.
No.
In the game, Gary Neville said, I wish he'd be that loud when he was on the pitch and shouting at his defenders.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't command his area.
Nah, he's not good enough.
Everyone says Vicario, good shot stopper. Since he's been at the club, lads, he might stop the shots, but he flicks them back out to the opposition. Bang, 1-0, 1-1, whatever. They're giving away goals through it, so they need someone to command that area better, and they need a captain. The main thing, they need a captain on the pitch. Hopefully, between Van der Ven and Paulinho, if they can keep Paulinho, they'll have someone to build a bit of strength around. Do you know what I mean? They've needed it for years. They haven't had it for years.
Where's his heart on his sleeve, doesn't he, Paulinho?
Yeah. I mean, today, even Porro, I'm not a fan, but he fought for every tackle today.
Yeah, he did.
People say he's technically good. I don't think he is. But everyone's got a different opinion. But he's got passion.
He's got character.
But we need more than
We do need more than that.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Big up, Kevin. I was just about to say that. Yeah, I was just about to say they need a lot more than just people who work hard. We had that with Mr. Sissoko. They need to have some level of ability. Unfortunately, what I find is that we're easily pleased as fans, innit? Or that's what the club makes us out to be. Yeah? We're easily pleased. So we just see a player perform over a few games and think he's the next, in terms of Kimsky, the next Peter Cech. But we've seen games here where the Arsenal game last season where it's affected him. Or we've seen the Atletico Madrid game where it's been affected. So I wouldn't build a team around him. He'd be my number 2 guy still. And I'd look to bring in a number 1. But Tottenham won't do that. This is the unfortunate nature of a club as it's operating. We don't do that. We don't upskill. We actually bring in players who are actually worse than the players that we actually let go. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm looking at. We downskill. What players we let go, right? we don't buy the players at the same level. We buy them and hope to upskill them. Unfortunately, like stocks and shares, these things go up and down, isn't it? And if the player gets worse, then the money that we spent out will basically be lost anyway, which is my point of view when it comes to finances. And
we've been found out. We've been found out, Billy. Billy, we've been found out, man.
When we pay 60 million for the pigeon, No. When we pay 60 million for the pigeon, when we sell the pigeon, that's going to be a lot more less than what we invested in the pigeon in the first place.
It is.
It's a bad business.
Yeah, well,
right.
There won't be there won't be that much money available because there's no Europe. We finished 17th instead of up there in 5th or 6th. There's a huge gap in the prize money there.
I've got to invest.
Well.
We've got a couple of free agents coming in, haven't we?
Listen,
one at a time, guys.
Now you're a player on the outside. Right, now you're a player on the outside, and you're looking at Tottenham who've come 17th twice in the last 2 years. Would you go to Tottenham Hotspurs or would you go to Aston Villa right now, a team on the up?
Villa, wouldn't you?
Conor Gallagher chose us over Villa, didn't he?
Right. So now Tottenham have gone down the food chain here. So no longer are you competing with the likes of Aston Villa because you look bad in the market compared to them. So let's have a look at Brentford. Have they finished above Tottenham for the last 3 years? Yes. So that team is actually progressing. You'd rather go there than go to Tottenham Hotspurs. Do you see now the damage of finishing 17th twice in the last 2 years? You actually look bad to players on the outside.
Yeah.
They need to go out and restructure the footballing side of the club. We all know that. But who they're going to get, I don't know. But maybe they need to look at some of these other teams and think, well, we'll have your scouts because they're better than what we got, and just be a bit like that and try and get players like Brentford and Bournemouth get a bit cheaper, whatever, because we know we don't like piping the money, but just be a bit more sensible in who we bring in. Because you don't look like you're going to leave.
Are we all saying, guys?
But they're not committed to anyone. No. But they're not committed to anybody. It doesn't matter who comes into the job here. They're not committed to anyone. It's a halfway house. Look at the squad itself here. It's built a mismatch of 6 different managers, which shows you it's a halfway house. It's not built for attacking or defensive. It's just a squad of random players just put together here and said to manager, go on, mate, go make it work. Unfortunately, it's a painful lesson, but this is a lesson they have to learn. I didn't care about relegation. I said the lesson itself needs to be learned. The relegation was irrelevant.
You look at the injuries we've had this season, and but every team has them. I mean, we've had some horrific ones, but you can't have young kids and just go on, go and save us. You can't put it on them.
Don't do that. No.
Mate, we don't even have an A. We don't even have a progressor of the football.
Yeah.
You notice how the midfield looks static.
So what's Bentancur then, Philly, to you? What type of player is Bentancur?
Bentancur would have been that player, but the injuries have done his season, and I think it's affected his mobility. Now he's more of a 6 than he is an 8. He's not a progressor of the game.
I thought he had a good game today, Philly, to tell the truth. He had a fair game.
Yeah, but he's average. The thing about Bentancur, he's very
average
player.
If
he is the reason that Spurs and he's the best of a bad bunch.
Yeah. How have we survived, guys? How have we survived today? How have we done it?
It's a miracle.
Honestly.
The Tottenham gods have got together and decided to put us through the ringer and then say, no, we're going to have another season of this first.
As Deserby, let's ask the question, guys. Has Deserby got more out of these players? Yeah. Or is it more West Ham or worse, or Bentancur coming back into the team? What is it? How have we survived?
It helped come up against the Villa side. It helped coming up with a Villa side that had their minds elsewhere, and they obviously rested a lot of players. And it helped come up against an Everton side that were on the beach, and against a Wolves side that was pretty much relegated anyway. But Deserby has got to take a lot of credit, but let's not kid ourselves. Those teams did take it easy against us. They weren't against us.
Everyone wants to turn over Tottenham Hotspur, whether it's Wolves, where every team wants to turn us over. We've just won the cup, and every team could see they were vulnerable, Tottenham, with the injuries. Everyone wants to turn up and turn us over. It's always been the same. Yeah. They always want to turn us over. Everyone tries a bit extra hard. Villa, all right, fair enough. They rested their players. In my opinion, I know people called that out as Villa through the game. No, not in my opinion. You still got to win the game.
Yeah.
I thought that was the best we played in a long time, like grit and determination, keeping the ball, going out and creating chances in that game. And I think Deserby is a big part of that. I know people are going to say, oh, you think, Deserby's not the man, whatever. But he's definitely had a say in keeping us up. The points tally don't lie. We've managed to do it. It's by the skin of our teeth by, 2 points, isn't it? 2 points today.
Yeah.
It does seem like Deserby is a man manager, doesn't it? He does, he takes, although Moani ain't done shit since, Deserby's been there. He's tried to get something out of Moani and take the team out for dinner and things like that. You don't hear that with other managers, do you? Do you know what I mean?
He's lied, hasn't he? He's basically said these players are good, hasn't he? And
he's had to, because he's got to try and cheer him up, hasn't he?
But that's the thing. A manager has got to do that sometimes, and definitely with this lot.
I get it. He's got to do it, hasn't he? He's got to keep us up. I get it. But we know what he really thinks, because he's seen these players.
They're piss poor.
Look, they can't do what he needs to do. We need so much, and I know we got some players out, but still, the squad is just not good enough on the whole. So unbalanced.
How many is he getting rid of? How many is he going to be allowed to get rid of and
8
bring
or 9.
in the window? We know how many we want out and how many we want in, but let's be realistic here, right? We're talking about a manager that's come in, right? He's got better results than what Tudor did. He's got better results than what Frank was getting at the end. 1 win in 27 or whatever it was, some shit statistic, whatever it was, right? He's come in, he's got 3 wins, 2 draws, and the 2 losses, right? When we was all asked what we needed, before he came in, it was 4 wins. Some people said 3 wins and a draw, whatever it was. We've had to get to 40 points to be safe at the end of the day. Right? Now look, a manager can only do so much with what he's got in front of him, right? Luckily for us, we've found a manager that did get that 5% that we was asking for out of these players to keep us up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Being realistic with Enoch still at the helm, there's no way 10, 12, 15 players are going out of this club and 10, 12, 15 players are coming in. So what does everyone realistically expect from Enoch now we have just scraped by the skin of our teeth? What do they think Enoch will go and do now?
All right. First, let me answer this quick, Marcus. I'm glad you brought up this subject, because you missed a massive foot part there. You forgot the World Cup, my friend, in America and Canada and Mexico. Right. And now we've seen Enoch this summer, we've seen Enoch go and say that they can't sign players at the World Cup or international tournament, because that's the one they've used every single time is an international tournament. We can't sign a player because they're an international tournament. So therefore, that's how many weeks of the World Cup missing as well. Then we have the pre-season stuff on top of that, where they go on pre-season with the team. Then we have them coming back here, and we're going to be panicking in the last few weeks of the window, like we do every single season. This is what I expect from Enoch. Unfortunately, like you said earlier, it doesn't matter who the manager is. And every manager comes to the conclusion that the squad isn't good enough. Pochettino said it, the furniture and the house and the furniture. Mourinho said it, different managers, same players, same results. Conte said it in his infamous run. Every manager comes to the same conclusion. Why? Because it's the same thing. The squad itself isn't good enough. Unfortunately, we have in the likes of Archie Gray, people want him to play. He's not ready yet. At Tottenham, he needs to go down on loan to somewhere lower league, and then he can establish a position, and then he can play. Unfortunately, he's playing everywhere but his right position. Oh, he's a 6 this week. Oh, he's an 8 this week. What position are you? What traits do you add to a football game? Oh, he works hard. That is the basics of any football player. They work hard. It's what do you do to affect a game of football? What do you actually do on a football pitch that is effective on the game? And we don't have that. Our midfield, is pants. Our front line here is championship level, right? And we had Kane and Son, and we've gone down to the Pigeon and Solanke. These two are not good enough. Unfortunately, yeah, we did dumpster diving. That's what Tottenham Hotspurs did. And I've always said it, yeah, it's a ragged old thing coming up in there. We like to dumpster dive, yeah, with the bad signings coming in, bad signing after bad signing, yeah. And it doesn't matter if it's Lang or it's Paratici before him or it was Hitchin before him. It's the same thing with the different scouts. They bring in the same level of quality, and it's players, yeah, who are on the upgrade from 18, or players in the last year of their contract, or players that teams just don't want to get. So we end up going worse and worse and worse. Let's look at Aston Villa, yeah. Aston Villa finished 4th in the Champions League position and won the Europa League. Bro, 7 years ago, they were in the Championship here, where Spurs won the Champions League final. What are we doing here?
Yeah, but Philly, you know this money. Philly, just add something there. Spurs spend money, yeah? They spend a lot of money, right? So it does not add up, Philly. So let me finish. It does not add up that they invest the money in the players, and this is the result of where we're at. Now, I don't know what everyone believes or really what goes on, you know, with the Lewis family, the people they hire, the board members. It's all so, I don't know. We're not there. We don't know. But there seems to be something going on that, and this is when Levy was here as well, spending a lot of money, but the poor results. No one's getting better. We can't sell players on because no one wants to buy them. What is it with maybe we can go to Trev on this one. What is it? They spent the money, but it doesn't add up. Do you know what I mean? Because they're willing to spend money, but then it doesn't add up.
Trevor, can I just take it quickly? This is 1 minute.
Yeah.
You said something poignant, Dan. Yeah, and
no worries,
I'll let Trevor have.
Daniel.
I'm going to drop out in about 10 seconds. I'm going to drop out. But what I was going to say to you, Dan, yeah, right, is we don't buy the right profile of players. You can actually see in the summer that we needed a left winger because Son was on his way out. And we had a year notice, yeah, that Son was on his way out. We did not buy a left winger, Dan, right? We have not bought a ball-playing conductor in the centre of the park here since Dembele. What are we doing here, Dan? We have not. So when you go into a game, yeah, you want Spurs to go on the front foot. How are you doing that when you can't progress the ball? When Arsenal do, they have Declan Rice there to progress the game. We don't have that one. So therefore, yeah, when we attack, yeah, it looks passive and it looks awful like we're doing now. Where strikers virtually have to be on the goal line to score. That's how bad they are, Dan.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to look at this and see that we've just been getting worse every year, Dan, from that.
But will they, Philly? Will they, Philly? This is the thing. This is the question. Will they? Will they learn? Will they ever learn? Or are we just going to see the same thing again next season? Let's bring in Trev, and then I want to go to Rowley. Trev, will we ever learn? Will these owners ever... Are you heading off, Philly? You going, mate? Or are you staying?
Thank you very much for having me on, my man.
Cheers, Philly. Take care, man. Good to see you.
I'm looking forward to seeing you soon, man. Thank you very much. My stuff. Thank you very much. Lovely.
Take care, man.
Bye-bye.
See you later.
See you later, mate.
Yeah.
Well,
sorry, Trev. Go for it, mate.
If they learn, it will be. Excuse me, I got a bit of tick.
Yeah, that's it.
If they do learn, it's going to be because of what's happened now. But
I love what he said. He said, "Brother, wow."
Yeah, I was going to say you'll have to remove him. Don't remove him for some reason. Yeah, go on. Trev.
Well, if they do learn, it's going to be a long process, or hopefully they will. They'll think, right, we can't do this again. We've got to look at who we're buying. Look at what they've done. They bought Richie in £60 million. He'd scored how many goals for Everton? Not many.
Not many, no.
He weren't prolific.
It's lazy, isn't it? It's lazy recruitment.
Excuse me. He weren't worth £60 million. So at the end of the day, they need to upscale and look at, better than that. If he's scoring 20 odd a season each season, then yeah, £60 million, fair enough. But if he's only scoring in a couple of scrappy goals here and there, like he was for Everton, I mean, they must have been laughing when Tottenham come calling for him.
Oh, yeah.
They must have been. And then they're bringing in,
Solanke was desperate.
Solanke. And even after that, lads, £40 million for Gray, £40 million
really?
for Tell, wasn't it? It's
Yeah,
ridiculous. So they're just wasting the money rather than thinking we'll bring in 3 really, really good players that can create and change the club's, output.
Yeah.
Not just take a punt on a young kid that's going to be all right in a couple of years' time. But you can tell when a player plays, within a couple of, months of watching them, you can normally tell if they're going to be
It's got quality.
quality. And they're not. They're just not. Listen, Tell, for me, you know what? Today, he didn't have too bad a game. But when the final moment comes and he's got to make that simple pass, he tries to fuck about with it and do a little flick.
He ran into the box and lost it, didn't he?
Spence was in.
Overkicked
Spence and Doggy. And Doggy's just as bad. I don't rate him. He's got to go. Got to go, that bloke. He ain't no good. Spence I'd keep, but like in Doggy, he's injured all the time, and then his final pass ain't all that good. And when he had the chance to run down the line today, he fell over a couple of times. It weren't free kicks. They weren't free kicks. So there's just a lot in the club, a lot of players in the club that are just, the quality's not there. So the Tottenham need to spend money wisely.
Sar's got to go as well.
Recoup the money better as well. Tell the players on quicker. If they've not proved themselves in 2 years, at least 2 years, you're out. You're gone. That's it. Otherwise we're going to be here again. We're going to be here again. If the club are not learning.
Unless they had some football people below them, unless they bring in some football people to run the football side of the club.
Yeah.
Right? In whichever shape or form that would happen,
Well, they've got to
nothing's going to change.
No.
They've got to get a director of football, wouldn't they? And they've got to get proper scouts in, not lazy scouts.
Keels or Kel's meant to be coming in, whatever his name is. Sebastian Keel, or whatever his name is. He's meant to be coming in.
I don't think Lange has survived this now, lads.
No.
A lot of people think worst scenario he's staying. I don't think he's going to. I think the writing's on the wall for him.
He's got to go, Trev.
He's got to go.
He's got to go.
If he don't, like I said, with the board, with people should be screaming Enoch out, really. I know we're celebrating a bit, not celebrating tonight, but we're relieved.
Yeah.
We're relieved. Yeah. So we're allowed to have a little smile and smirk to ourselves. Do you know what I mean?
I didn't hear any Enoch out chants at the ground.
Trev, well,
to be honest.
What I mean?
I turned the volume up afterwards, but didn't hear anything, mate. So,
who's actually running things in this club? Does anyone actually know who's in control? Who is in control of this club? Because I've got a bad feeling that Vinay's not going anywhere. I got a feeling that he's going to be here and he'll turn around and say, "I'm only picking up the mess from the last guy, Levy, and it needs a lot of work, and the whole thing needs to be flipped on his head, employ new people." I got a feeling that he's not going to go anywhere.
Well,
what do you reckon, guys?
Didn't he employ Lange?
No, he didn't employ Lange.
Goodnight won't go for the pure fact that the next one down will, if you know what I mean. So he'll probably keep his place because he's going to sack Lange now and bring somebody else in to save his skin. And hopefully it'll work. But it don't sit right with me that an ex-Arsenal man's in the club. Although I find that a bit petty at times, that we argue about things like that with Arsenal, and he's the Arsenal, he's this, he's that. A bit like with the Frank thing when he was drinking out that cup where he got stitched up with. I think it was just a big meal made out of it. But when you're in a bad way and you're in bad times, everything's highlighted, in it. Do you know what I mean? It looks worse than what it actually is. But I think we need to look at Lange first, and then the other fella. He should be next in line to go.
We can't trust the board to do the right thing, can we? On recent history, we just cannot trust them. I know it's down to the board and the Lewis kids, but can you trust them to get rid of Lange and Vinay? You can't, can you? Because they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing.
No, they don't seem to be anyone really at the the helm of the ship running it properly, does
They
there?
ain't
Do you
got
know
no
what I mean?
football people there, have they?
It's just the lack of leadership, isn't it? The strong
Exactly.
leadership at the top of the club. And we talked a little bit earlier about Aston Villa and what they've done since being relegated, coming back up. They've had a plan, they stuck to it, and
Yeah,
slowly
since-
they've got back.
since Lange,
You know,
they
the
got rid of
top
Lange.
4.
Dan, isn't it? Since they got rid of
Yeah.
Lange.
But they're running the club as best as they can, right? And winning things, getting in top 4. And why can't Spurs do that? Why can't Spurs do that? This
Don't
is
pay
it,
the
isn't
money.
it?
We don't pay the money, mate, to do stuff like that.
No, we don't.
They do spend
don't.
money, but
There's
not in
no
the
money,
right places.
but-
We
Spend
pay
wages
the
either.
money out to the players, like for the fees. But when you look at wages, ours is only at 46% of
Yeah,
revenue.
no,
and
we're
whatever
cutting
it is.
corners, man. Cutting corners.
Yeah.
Villa's
I'll
is
tell you-
up there.
Doing it totally wrong.
A lot worse the other way. It's 90-something% Villas. They're right on the edge. But we've got so much that we could do to improve wages. But listen, if you're going to pay more wages, you've got to get better players in. At the end of the day, they're going to demand the sort of money, the 250s, the 275, the 300 grand a week players.
Yeah.
Are Spurs going to do that? They will if they can get that player for 40 million quid and not 90 million quid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That they'll pay the wages. I think they would, but they've got to get the right player.
They got it
at
all round the wrong
price
way.
to justify that, and they'll never find that player. They won't find that player.
Here he is.
The club's been rotten for a long time, and it's going to take a lot to sort of get that mentality and everything out of the club. So hopefully, and I'm being really optimistic now, because I actually see the board celebrating up in the stadium today. They were celebrating because they've saved so
laughing.
much money.
Fucking
by not
save their
going
ass.
They were laughing.
Yeah, right. They were actually animated. They didn't look like the robots they normally look like. They were actually animated. They were like,
Yeah. Trevor, honestly.
£500 million. We ain't got to worry about rebranding the championship. You know, there was a lot of things at stake there. So they need to now say, fuck it, we got to change. If they don't, the fans have still got to demand them to come out anyway, because them 2 seasons, finishing 17th is not good enough. We would have gone down last year, boys. It was only because Ipswich and Leicester were even worse than what we were.
Yeah,
100%. I want to bring in Dave here. I want to bring in Dave. And I want to go to the chat as well, because I want to get the chat involved tonight. Yeah, big up to everyone in the chat. Thank you all so much for being. And Mia's coming as well. Let's add her in. Let's say hello to Dave first, and then we'll go to Mia. Dave, mate, big up to Daniel Knight in the chat. Deserby has saved us. Do you agree, Dave?
Yeah, he has saved us, and he deserves a lot of. He deserves his flowers for it. To be honest with you. When he come in, you could see the players were down, they were out, they'd given up, and he's just installed that little bit of belief in them. The most important thing, he's just brought back the fight in which we haven't seen all season, and he's done it in such a short space of time. I think he's done a great job considering what dross he's got to work with.
So that is a good decision by the board, right? You know, we've been slagging them off.
Oh, absolutely, but
that was the right decision to save us.
Just in the nick of time, by the way.
Yeah,
as well.
That boils down to, as like in my opinion,
panic.
Why the hell did they not bring him in after they sacked Frank?
They wouldn't pay the money that he wanted.
They wouldn't pay the money.
I don't think it, Joe, what I will say, I think actually, if you read up, I think he actually wanted to have a bit of a break because he'd just been sacked. I think that's what he actually said.
Yeah.
I do think he did actually
hello,
say
Mia.
that.
How are you? Just want to say hello to you. We
Relieved.
welcome you in. You okay?
Yeah, relieved. Completely relieved. Honestly, that was horrible. That was horrific to watch that. Stressful, yeah. Like my heart rate was up. Me and my son watching it together, and he was cheering and like happy. And then after, he's like, "Oh my god, I'm so glad we've done it. I'm just so glad." I'm like, "I know." So it was that relief Joe, like a complete relief. But what I came actually to say, because I was listening to you guys a minute ago, was, Joe, I feel we need to completely restructure how we do things at this club. I think that there's too many players on wages that maybe they will be going anyway. So then we need to restructure, because if we give so-and-so certain wages, then another person might say, but we need to restructure that. So it's a possibility for us to get in decent players on a decent wage, and for that structure to remain in place and to be good, so everybody gets a fair wages for what they are as a player when they do come in. Like, I do think that is something, because like we're using Aston Villa as an example, but they sold something back to themselves to be able to do it, because they were in a real pickle with their FFP, and we've got a lot of like wiggle room, but we obviously want to do it in a way, like I say, after we've got rid of players maybe, and restructure how we obviously do things. I think there's a lot of restructuring in the whole of our club that needs to be done, in my opinion.
Who's going to do that, though, Mia? Who do you trust?
Can you trust them?
I mean, do I trust them to do it? No, I'm just saying what we need to do. I don't actually. Do I trust? I would rather trust my 2 French bulldogs and Pug to do it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I think they've got a better idea on how to do it. But you know, I'm just saying I would like that. That's how I think needs to happen.
Yeah, fair enough. And that's a question from Kevin the chat. He says, question for the panel and chat. Do you think ENIC are going to change after this? Who knows? Who knows? We've been here so many years. I mean, they're going to have to come out with some kind of explanation of why it's gone so bad. And,
How are they going to do that? They couldn't even put any notes in the programme today.
Well, they're probably saving it, aren't they, now? Now they know they're surviving now. It's going to be 2 different conversations, right? Isn't it? It's going to be 2 different statements. If we go down, we stay up. Now they're working on what they're going to say to the fan base after this.
Dan, look, if they don't do it now, Dan, they never will. Because if they've had two warning shots like that, all right, we won a cup. It was great, but let's face it, when the Premier League football ain't there, you win a cup, but it's not the same. You want to do well in the league at the same time, don't you? You want to show that you're a good side throughout. And if they don't change their tune now, then we've got to see more fans animated about it. And I mean, if I was down there tonight and I was in the pub, I used to go over to 703, and there was loads of people over there didn't like, Levy at the time when he was in charge. And we was over there tonight, we'd be singing ENIC out. We'd be singing Tottenham songs because we survived, but we'd also be talking and arguing about this board. They need to go. We need to have an owner with football interests at heart.
Yeah. And unfortunately, we know that's going to not happen at the moment. There's no signs of them leaving or moving on. It's mixed messages, isn't it, across the club? Look, let's go to the chat. I want to make sure I bring the chat in tonight. Norm in the chat, we survived because Deserby played the experienced players in midfield that were available, and not Graham Bergvall especially. And although we were a poor side, we got it over the line just. Yeah, I agree, man. I definitely agree with that. And Lee in the chat, evening to you. We stayed up because of Deserby. Kingsley Paulinho, if Vic didn't have that injury, we would have got relegated. So a lot of going on about the goalkeeper that's made a difference here. Anybody want to come in here about that difference between Vicario, Kingsley being in goal? Has it helped keep us up?
Well, I mean, what a save. Again, I mean, in the last game, there was a few people saying he didn't, do it right. But in this game, I mean, wow, what a save, lads. Come through a crowd of players, he's pushed it away. He didn't push it in front of another player, he pushed it away. So, for me, not a number 1, but definitely needs to look at...
squad place,
Yeah, definitely. Vicario's let us down too many times, I don't want to dig him out. I've been so frustrated with him.
He's going anyway.
I mean, when Gray came on today, how did you lot feel? Let me ask you that. Did you think, oh shit? Or, we got someone that's going to...
He knocked off the ball a lot, didn't he?
Hey?
He got knocked off the ball a lot, didn't he?
Exactly.
Gray gets a hard time. He's a young lad.
Exactly.
Yeah, he needs proper, he needs looking after a bit, doesn't he? He needs to go out on loan, set on a position. I mean, he's not ready for the first team.
Yeah.
Sorry, Vody.
I'm just saying, when him and Bergvall come on, I'm like, oh shit, because it ain't Paulini or Bentancur, because they got a bit more experience. You don't know that, and we need better than that. So when our subs come on and them two, you think, oh, we got to get over the line here, and we've just brought them two on. Don't want to be horrible, but inexperience is there to see, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's not their fault, is it? It's not their fault,
it's not.
It's not. It's a bit harsh. They get a hard time, those young lads. The whole thing's a mess. Like changing manager after manager, we're not performing well. Young players like that need to go into a stable team, a functioning team, a team getting results. That's why it's so wrong. They need to be loaned out, maybe given a couple of seasons away from the club, setting a position, playing every week, each weekend. I'd look. Anyone else want to say anything about those boys? Because
I think he should.
They do get a hard time.
He should go out
personally,
Norwich or something like that.
I would personally loan the pair of them out next season to a newly promoted Premier League team, either the Coventries or the Ipswiches. They'll get regular minutes in those three teams, newly promoted. And I think they could do a good job, and they'll just get them more Premier League experience.
I just don't. I think at this point it's a bit too late for that. I feel, because I think that at the end of the day, we're going to only be playing one game a week, and I do think that we need to get experience in for them to be bled in and not be relied on. I think that's the problem, is that we relied on them too much. And Dan's completely right. They're so young and they get so much stick. Like, it's unbelievable how much they get. I think that it's a bit too much. Like, while I appreciate they're not the greatest, I just feel like that perhaps we have to understand they shouldn't have been bought to be relied on. They should have been bought to be bled in, and that's not what's happened.
Yeah, that's it. And I mean, at the end of the day, we've had to rely on them because we haven't got a squad, a big enough, not a big enough squad, but
good enough quality,
a mature enough squad. Yeah. So they've had to play, and it ain't fair on them. Do you know what I mean? And it can ruin their development. I think Archie Gray's going to go on to be a good player, but he needs time, and it ain't fair on him.
It's definitely ruined Archie Gray's development because he hasn't been able to hold down one position, is he? 1 minute he's playing left back, then centre back, then right back, then right wing back, then do you know what I mean?
Really, when you think about it, in that situation, like you say, he's done quite well as a young kid to hold his head.
That's what I like. That's what I like about him, is his attitude. Because at the end of the day, he could have thrown his toys out the pram and gone on a rampage saying, play me in my natural position. But he's not. At the end of the day, he's come in, he's done. He's basically, the gaffer's come up to him and said, look, I need you at left back tonight. I know you've never played there at all in your career, but you know what our situation is. And he's like, I'll give it my best, gaffer. That's all you can ask of a young lad. But unfortunately, where we've recruited so poorly over the last 4 or 5 years,
he's had to fill in everywhere, isn't he?
Do you know what I mean? It's just like
he ain't been in goal yet.
Well, give it next season. He might do.
Yeah, I think Scott M should come on and explain himself why he think Archie Gray should be given away for free to any Premier League rival. Come on, Scotty, get your backside on here.
I think Scott will give most of our players away for free if it was down to him, to be honest.
Well, listen, Scott, you know, if you're free for 10 minutes, I think you should get on here and explain yourself, Buff. Because
well, I don't know. At one point, I was going to give them all away for free and all, but they managed to stay up. They today, really, I'm not an happy clapper, lads. You know that. And I see comments and I'll get a bit angry about them. You know that I'm passionate, yeah. But today they showed a bit of bollocks today, Tottenham. They actually did show a bit of bollocks. Everton weren't great, we know that. But you can only beat what's in front of you, and the nerves and the stress on them. And I think they've done quite well today. I'll be honest. We've got to give them a pat on the back sometimes, right?
Yeah, I agree with you.
We move on.
Over the line.
Move on.
Look, let's go around the panel because I haven't heard from Mia about the game and Dave. Let's start off with Mia. What was your thoughts on the game, Mia, against Everton today?
I think actually we didn't play too bad. I don't think that we played awful. I think you can definitely see what Deserby's trying to do with them. I think patterns of play that we did play, quick passing, we showed something about us. And I think we could have been really nervous and edgy, but I didn't feel like we were in that, especially in that first half. So I was really pleased with how we approached the game. I think that maybe we weren't, obviously we're not the greatest team. We're not trying to say, I'm not saying from one moment that we are, but I think an approach on a game is really important. And I think we approached that correctly. We didn't approach it to draw the game. We approached it to win. And that's what I wanted. And I think they showed that. He did go a bit more defensive once he made the changes. He put more in the midfield. Then he obviously brought another defender, so went for it at the back, which I think that we, I was a bit nervous about because shutting up shop has never seemed to work for us, but it did, and we managed it. So the main thing is we got it over the line, and I'm just relieved that we did get it over the line. That's all at the moment. What I care about is that we've got it over the line and we're staying in the Premier League.
Fair points. Yeah, thank you. Dave, mate, how was that for you today?
Well, first things first, I'm just relieved. We're up. We've lived to fight another day. Thank God. As of the game today, I thought, we're being honest, I thought first half Everton looked like half of their squad were on the beach. Do you know what I mean? They didn't have nothing to their game. Was that the way we set up and our style of playing, our pressing didn't allow them to do that? But I think the turn of our fortunes, I think, is changed. Not just Deserby, but I think since Bentancur has come back, he's just brought that bit of calmness back in our midfield. Bit of calmness on the ball. Do you know what I mean? He don't panic. He could have 3-4 players around him. He won't panic. Do you know what I mean? And he just showed it again today. I thought Paulinho today was an absolute monster again.
Much
in the
better.
first half. He was just,
he was. I loved him today.
Yeah, it was just every tackle he made, he was punching the floor, being aggressive.
Follow as well today.
He should be our first signing, Dave. First shot signing, we should sign him.
Will we sign him or not?
They'll haggle with it. They'll haggle. They'll
haggle with it, but they'll get it over the line. But
they better not.
They will. They haggle. I'm telling you. And someone else will go in for him. You watch.
Yeah, they were saying a couple of weeks ago that they was haggling about the price, that something was changing for them over the 25 million, and they wanted him for just under 20 million.
I think it's 18, wasn't it? 18 they were trying to make them down.
They are sharp, aren't they?
There you go. Now, if you're going to let Paulinho go, the bloke today that was criticised a bit for his performance. Yeah,
I'd 40 million for him, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, we criticised him a little bit and I'll be honest, at the Chelsea game, I thought he didn't really show up, right? We talk about players bottling it. I'm not saying he bottled it. He didn't bottle it, but it weren't the Paulinho that we'd seen for most of the season. So when he's come out today, he scored the goal, like Dave says, every tackle, fist pump in the crowd, giving it the beans. Yeah, all that stuff. We saw a better Paulinho again today, and I think that was what we missed against Tuesday against Chelsea.
Yeah, Sporting want him. Sporting are going after Paulinho.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go. We'll lose him. Yeah. We'll lose him, and then we're going to be.
I really hope we don't, because
I hope we don't, mate.
I think he's really something to build about. Not build around, but he definitely got captain material in him. Definitely got captain material in him.
I just and like as well, like, do you know what I mean? Who else was it? I've got to praise as well. Mickey today, solid at the back, clearing his lines.
Biker.
I thought Danzo was
everything
that came up in the air. Bang, he got his head to.
Danzo was proper old school today, Dave.
Yeah. I love him. I think it's the same 3 players. It's the same 2 players that I think just let us down today. was the same two as always is Tel and Udogi. They just haven't got that. They haven't got that partnership down there, have they?
And Doggy's got to go, lads. He's
Doggy's got
guys,
to go.
let me have my say on the game. I just think that you cannot deny there was an effort. Yeah, they worked hard. They wanted it. They wanted to get, the win. It was just the lack of quality in the forward line, the final ball, creating good chances, massively lacking. But this is what we've been like all season, haven't we, really? We've got certain players out. Madison's not ready. Kulusevski, don't know where he's gone, injured. Kudos, we lost. Yeah. We don't have real good strikers. They're, let's be honest. And I know, a lot of the fan base thinks the squad's shit. We hear that all the time. They're not good enough. No. Our forward line. I just looked at it and I could see like Deserby what he wants to do, but he just hasn't got the players to do it. Exactly. And it just kept on breaking down. It kept on breaking down, and we got a set piece. And thank God for Paulinho. He's a warrior. He took that chance.
Listen, Dan, what you're saying now, it's been the same for every manager that's been there. Even the shit one, Tudor. It's been the same for all of them. They haven't got the tools to work with there. Sorry, but they ain't. They've got parts of it, but they haven't got the outcome, if you know what I mean. So we can have possession of the ball. You put the ball forward, the ball keeps coming back to you. You're going to lose more games than you win. So we ain't got the strikers to put it in the back of the net.
There's no vision to go past the midfield.
If we can see that, and we've said it for a long time, right? It's not like it's just been the last couple of weeks. Why is no one from the club, we talk about signings coming in. They spoke about Robertson. They spoke about Senesi if we stay up, right? I don't hear anything about strikers. I tell you now, Solanke ain't going nowhere.
Well, no, he ain't. But I think Richie will.
Well, they're both. I don't think neither of them are good, Dave.
No.
Good. Do you know what I mean? I want to say neither of them are average.
We get too emotionally attached to our players at Tottenham, don't we?
Yeah, I'll get rid of Solanke and Richarlison.
We really do.
Let's bring in Ryan. Is Ryan still there? Hello, Ryan. How are you, man? How you been?
I'm very good, thank you.
Yeah? What did you make of today?
1 sec. Let me just double check my audio.
We can eat.
It's rain, like the stuff that falls out of the sky.
Rain.
So I was there today.
Go on, my son.
I've literally just walked in and I've sat down.
Instant reaction from Rain, who was at the match. Tell us, Rain, how was it for you at the stadium today?
It was absolutely fantastic at the stadium today. Absolutely immense.
Noisy, wasn't
it? Was anybody else there? No. I don't know.
Here comes the gate crasher.
I don't know how it came across on the telly.
It was loud. It was loud, Ryan.
It was non-stop. It was absolutely, and it was loud was the thing. So at the end, obviously they got to do a walk around, led by Mickey van der Ven, and Mickey van der Ven and Romero, leading them all around. But and they always start at the south stand. I'm in the north. And as they started, the whole stadium started singing "When the Spurs Go Marching In." And if you've there'll be many people, there'll be many people on the panel. There'll be many people in chat who've been to shit games and who've had shit, rubbish atmosphere experiences. And there's, I always hear, as someone who's a season ticket holder goes to every game, the new stadium's rubbish, and it isn't. It's just we've had lots of rubbish football, right? It's very hard to have a good atmosphere when you've got rubbish football. But today was a very good example of an amazing atmosphere. Absolutely immense. So right at the end, they're starting off on their parade, and Deserby goes up on the big screen, right? So Deserby goes up on the big screen. He's kind of looking around, and then we start singing when the Spurs go marching in, right? And if you've ever experienced it, it absolutely lifts the whole stadium. The whole stadium just starts shaking, and you could just see Deserby just jaw on the floor, just like, what the is this? What the heck is this? This is a
welcome to Tottenham, Rain. Welcome to Tottenham.
Absolutely, we appreciate you, mate.
Yeah,
we appreciate what you've done,
guys. I just want to say bye to Mia. Sorry, Mia's got to drop off.
No worries.
Mia, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me. Take care, guys.
And also, I've got a super chat as well. John in the chat, big up to you, mate, with the £4.99 super chat. Up the Spurs. Thank you so much, John. Sorry, Rain.
Bring up, John.
It was absolutely fantastic today. Obviously, everybody's nervous, but you know, So I make Cookie right, by the way. Just coming back to the. I just wanted to get that. I just wanted to get that atmosphere thing, and I wanted to get that across, because that's something unique that I experienced today that anybody who wasn't at the stadium, didn't necessarily experience.
Thank you for that.
I can't see Solanke going anywhere, and for all that we want Richarlison to go somewhere, I always put it like this: you can want to sell your house all you want, but if nobody wants to buy it, you ain't selling it.
Yep.
Great.
Fair point, Rain. I want to bring in Sheriff now. Sheriff, how are you, man? How you feeling?
Pez. To begin with, I've had a few armstools.
We could tell by the belts you just done, mate.
Oh, sorry. I do apologise, but how can we celebrate? How can we be celebrating 17th position in the Premier League?
Because it's better than 18th.
How? It's a mystery to me. Right? Now, put it this way. We've survived. Yes, we have. And I'm over the moon. I'm over the moon. Because I've had many Amstels. But how can we celebrate that? It's a disgrace that a club like Tottenham Hotspur finished 17th.
Tell him, Sheriff.
It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace.
Absolutely.
The owners and Enoch need to
What do you mean?
fuck off immediately. Fuck off or change.
What do you mean?
Fuck off or change. Fuck off or change your attitude. The football has got to come first from now on. We've had two warnings. Last year and this year. 2 warnings. Next year, if they don't fucking change, we're going to be relegated.
That's it. Sheriff's calling it out already. He's calling it out already.
Tell him, Sheriff.
No change, relegation. Again, next season.
Relegated. If they don't fucking sort their shit out, mate, we are going to be relegated. We are. We can all see this. Anyone with fucking half a brain can see we are in the shit. Step up or fuck off, Enoch.
Yeah, that's it.
Just say what you mean, Sheriff.
Big up, Sheriff.
Say what you mean, Sheriff.
It's the truth, though.
Sheriff, I love you, mate. I love you. You're just.
No,
that was
like 11 Amstels or whatever.
Sure, mate.
I don't know. I ain't got a clue what number I'm.
Sheriff.
Pissed or not pissed, I couldn't have put it better myself, to be fair. Couldn't have put it better myself.
Was there any gooners in the pub, Sheriff, with you?
There was one, and he gave me a load of shit. But he fucked off. Before they lifted the trophy. I demanded the TV was shut off before that. I didn't want to see that shit.
I demanded. Whose telly is it? It's my telly.
Oh,
dear.
Sheriff,
Oh, dear.
what a legend,
I love
mate.
him. Gotta love
Sheriff's
him.
a legend.
I've got a question for Rain, actually. You was at the game. You was at the stadium today, yeah? How did the protest? How did the protest go after the game? Was it? Did it happen?
Nothing.
There's nothing.
Ah,
There's nothing.
there's a surprise.
There you go.
Is that sheriff? We're getting all that.
Yes,
There
Sheriff.
goes another M still.
Yeah. I mean, I really don't want to. I really don't want to knock him on the head. I really don't want to knock him on the head, but it feels a bit. It feels a bit like classic, right? Just like the Man City game where we was do the protests. Like, you know, these guys are fans. These guys are fans, and they.
Sheriff, mate, I've got to mute you because you're really noisy. But when I bring you in, I'll unmute you, mate.
All right, mate.
Yeah, I'll mute you, mate.
Puff.
You can stay, mate. It's just I've got to mute you when you're waiting to speak, yeah?
All right.
These guys are fans, you know, as was shown by them stopping the protests for the Forest game and joining in with the relegation parade. You know, and again today, you know, they've said they're going to protest after the game.
Be right back.
What fan is going to protest? You know, when with all of the relief, you know, what Sheriff asked the question: why are we celebrating? We're not. We're just relieved. We're just so relieved that we finished 17th. So they're just making bad decisions. The CFT guys, they're making bad choices. And they need to step back, and they need somebody to help them make some good decisions.
No, we just need new people with new protests, mate, with new ideas.
Cookie, I haven't spoke to Rain for a while, Cookie, and I just want to ask him a question.
Yeah, man.
You know, Rain, obviously you know what's going on. And then there's many people who are not protesting, don't want to do anything. You know, first of all, are you happy with how the club's being run, Rain? Just briefly. I don't think you are. Is that right?
No.
No, okay. So what would be your message to the fan base? Rain, what would be your message to the fan base for the ones that don't take action or just accept this?
I've been protesting for what? I've been protesting for the last year and a half. So including the last 6 months of Ange, and I'm very, very, you know, Dan. I don't want to tell. I've had a bit of a row with Stealth Group because, you know, they've got this perspective that the fans are the problem, and I just want to own what I'm going to do, right? And I get why they're thinking that. I just want to own what I'm going to do, and I think the reality is that, from my perspective, nothing will change unless we encourage that change in the club. That's the way that it will happen. Now, a lot of people see protesting and stuff as negative, right? And you know, it's a bad thing to do. And I would turn around to them and say, women would not have the vote if the suffragettes who were a minority cause, however much we think, you know, women having the vote makes sense. Back then, they were the minority cause protesting by throwing themselves under horses. Right, you know, to get the attention that they needed to make some kind of change. So if we want change to happen, it's the type of change that we want to happen is only going to happen if we make our voices heard.
So Rain, what would be your message to your fellow Spurs fans?
Come and join us. When there's protests outside the ground, you don't need just come and give weight and numbers. Yeah. Remember the Man United protest and remember the Man United protest and the weight of numbers that has an impact. At other clubs, the fan groups are a lot more together,
cohesive, aren't they?
Yeah, they're a lot more. Yeah, exactly. They're a lot more cohesive. Like the Liverpool fan group, the Man United fan groups, they're really, really, really concentrated around one or two big fan groups, and they drive change within the clubs. Because at the end of the day, we are just seen as customers. We are just client.
We're numbers, mate. That's all we are.
Yeah, client reference numbers. But that has a power to it, right?
Yeah.
But it only has the power if there's numbers behind it. That's the reality. So I would encourage everybody to come along and just give weight of numbers. Just come and stand with us.
It's got to be one message, though, mate. Enoch out. That is it.
Yeah.
No change. You've got to be direct.
And do we think the fan base are going to talk about this anymore now the season's ended? Do you think now it's going to just be forgotten about and they'll look forward to next season? Deserby, let's see what you can do.
Well, this fan base will still be talking.
Happy clappers, mate.
Sorry, who said that? Was that Trev?
This fan base will still be talking about it. But if this don't wake them up, then they're sleepwalking into relegation again, like Sheriff said. And then Rain saying it's the last season and this season there's the warning shot. You've got to take heed of that. And the fans need to be on board with it.
The thing is, they're going to spend a little bit of money and then they'll buy some more crap players and they'll go, we'll see how it goes. And it will be happy clapping again.
Hopefully.
If you put the shoe on the other foot for the white people go for it,
circles.
Let's be completely honest and real here. We wouldn't have to protest if our owners run this football club properly.
Exactly.
But they haven't got a fucking clue what they're doing. They handed the keys to the kingdom to an ex-gooner. His right-hand man got sacked from Villa because he'd done an absolute piss-poor job.
Go on, Dave.
And
going, Dave, going.
And sorry. And do you know what I mean? It's just they've sabotaged the club, right? They flirted with relegation 2 years in a row, and
it's not good enough, man.
And this season, literally a thread of hair, and we've stayed up. West Ham done their job today, but unlucky for them, we did ours as well.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
Third time this season. Third time we've won at home this season. It's
flirting with
fucking disgraceful.
Isn't it?
Absolutely disgraceful. They need to back this manager. We've got a top manager now. We've got a top manager. He has brought fight, belief, and fire into a group of players that were sitting down, feeling sorry for himself for months.
Yeah, they have been. Yeah,
do you know what I mean? And he's brought the best out of them in such a very short space of time. So they need to just draw a line under this season, back to the drawing board, right? Get these people in who know how to run a football club, who know the ins and outs. Get more Spurs people in. Just for a little buzz around the club. Bring back a few big old legends and stuff like that. They ain't got to be there every day of the week. Just
right, mate.
Do you know what I mean? Just to remind these players who they played for, what it means to play for Tottenham Hotspur, because I'm sick and fucking tired of this
same and same again, isn't it?
negligence.
It's merry-go-round.
I can't go through this again. Ain't
negligence.
just your help.
Mate, my blood pressure has gone through the roof more times than it should have, and I'm only 41 years old. Do you know what I mean? And they need to go back to the drawing board. They need to come up with a plan, and they need to back this manager, or he will be gone in less than 18 months. And that'll be just another.
So,
I'll give it Easter. I reckon he's gone before Easter.
I've got a question for all of you.
They want.
I've got a question for all of you. Was this a manager problem or was it a player problem?
What, this particular season?
Players.
No, the 2 seasons.
No, it's players. 100%. They're not good enough.
Manager or player?
Players.
I think it's a bit. I think it's a bit. I think it's a bit of both, because
they've been
the owners have got to take responsibility for this, because we've had 9 managers in 5 years. Yeah. How the players don't know whether they're coming or going. They're doing different training.
Yeah, but that's the owners, that ain't the managers, is it?
Yeah, but Dave, I agree with you.
Is it managers or players?
We know it's the owners, but what I'm saying is to finish 2 points above the relegation zone.
Players.
Right? Players.
The right players. 100%.
It's a combination of issues, guys. It's a combination of issues why we are where we are. Let's be honest here.
And I think
there's so many reasons.
I do think I'm not cutting these players any slack whatsoever, because they've been absolutely piss poor.
They have.
Absolute pig's arse of a season. But if we didn't have all these injuries, I think we can all safely agree we wouldn't be where we are if we didn't have all these injuries. Imagine our team, full strength team. If we had
Deserby at the helm,
with a proper manager like Deserby, we would have been much better off.
Well,
so injuries have played a massive part, but there is I've got a list longer than my arm when I fully stretch, and that's like over 2 feet long of the players I'd get rid of. Starting from the back, Vic's got to go, Doggy's got to go, Dragerson's got to go, Ben Davis has got to go, Basuma's got to go, Richie's got to go, Tell's got to go, Mwani's got to go.
There you go.
I respect you cannot get that all done in one window. It'll be impossible. It'll be absolutely suicide, because if you don't get the players back in return, which what they didn't do in January, it's suicide. It's football.
We may as well play without them, though.
Yeah,
guys, I want to go around the panel with a question. Yeah, the panel with a question. Yeah, we'll start with Cookie.
I'd quite like to answer that question.
Go for it, Rain. You jump in, mate. You tell us.
The problem is a squad building problem. So we always want to say it's the manager, it's the players, it's the fact that we sold Son and we sold an experienced, regular GA
winger forward.
Yeah, exactly, GA merchant like Sonny. Even in his worst year at the end, right, we're all like, oh, he's obviously on the wane. He's still put in fantastic numbers, right?
Still scoring goals.
He's finished. Son's finished, we heard.
Yeah, well, do you know what? I think he was on the wane, but we replaced him with a 19-year-old, right? We replaced him with a 19-year-old left winger and nobody else. Yeah. And it's the squad building, when you have a look at it, it's just absolutely mad. It's mad. And you go back to, like Dave mentioned, January. We got rid of Johnson. Great. That's great work. Great work. All of us were quite happy for us to get rid of Johnson, right? But then they didn't replace him. They replaced him with Conor Gallagher, who I thought was absolutely immense today, by the way.
Yeah.
He was absolutely amazing today. That guy has a football brain to go with an engine, and we need more players with a football brain, because at the moment we ain't got a lot. But we got Conor Gallagher. We already had like 7 central midfielders, but we didn't get a right winger which was
It was-
assault. It was
Right.
and that's not a player problem. That's a director of football problem.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah,
guys,
right.
I want to say this comment here. Hammers Football TV. Good evening, all the panel. You know, fair play, man,
you,
for
Hammers.
coming up with this comment. You know, well done for getting it over the line. Make sure this board sort this shit out for your fans. We have to see what the twat does with ours. Yeah, commiserations to West Ham. Yeah, I'm sure you'll come back up fairly quickly. But yeah, a lot of questions. It was a close call in the end, wasn't it, guys? Very close. West Ham really, really pushed us near the end, didn't they? And it was us. We were the catalyst for West Ham on that run where they beat us at our ground in a, shocking performance under Thomas Frank. Look, sorry, was anyone else wanted to add to that point that Rain said? Because I had a question for you all. I think someone wanted to jump in there. Who was it?
Not me, mate.
No one.
What's the question again? Sorry, go on.
Oh, we're just talking about, you know, is it the players, if it's the manager? We've been going over this all season long, and
I
it's
just
a bit
think,
boring.
Yeah, I just think at times, no matter what manager was in charge, the players were sulking and feeling sorry for themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they could have.
There's a lot of that.
They could have got out of this earlier, yeah, and been men about it and stood up, but they didn't. Today, they did, right? They did today because it was quite a good performance overall. There was parts in the second half that they were sitting back, but at the same time, I didn't really want them to go rushing forward because I just thought they're going to concede if they try and get a second goal now. You could see Everton were starting to control the game a little bit more. They sort of kept back. They stayed back a bit and were careful. So I understand it, but they've been sulking.
Yeah, Trevor,
As-
you're spot on, mate. You're spot on, mate. And I just got something to say, and I think it's important for the show, right? I'm just reading what Deserby has said, right? So he says, from tonight, we need to build the new team. We don't need to change too many players. We have 10, 11, 12 players who are good enough to stay as players and people. Now we need to complete the squad with first level of players because I suffered too much. But so did the players, the board and the fans. And we can't suffer like this at Tottenham Hotspur. Now, guys, take away with that. Who wants to go away with that one?
It's all on the bloody board.
Very
It's on the
quickly.
board. Suffering.
Cookie.
Hello.
Was Hammers TV was Tony, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I just want to say, so Cookie knows Tony. I've been on a couple of shows with Tony. We've been on shows with other. Do you know what? There's no tribalism for me between us and West Ham fans. They have been hard done by their club as much as we have, and I feel nothing but sympathy for these guys. Do you know what? Fellow fans, right, who have been done over by poor owners.
Yeah.
Tony, I wish you all the best, mate.
I've said that to Tony before, mate.
Tony, I'll tell you what, West Ham are well equipped to come straight back up. And after I watched that interview with Owen, I watched the interview just after the game. He looks like he's going to stay. So that's what you need. And I think a lot of them players will stay. And I think West Ham will come straight back up. Fair play for him coming on the show and putting a comment on, because I'd be ideal right now.
Yeah, look. There is rivalry. There's rivalry, of course. Yeah, there's banter. There's, whatever. But at the end of the day, the West Ham owners are terrible. We know that. We've got bad owners. They've got bad owners. And I think, it's fair comments, Rain.
We've all been lied to,
and Trev as well. And yeah, big up to Tony in the chat, man, for coming on and putting them comments out, because you must be must be pissed off. You must be well pissed off.
Mate.
Now let's go back to that Deserby comment, because I'm a little bit confused here, and I'm going to read it out again. Maybe it's his language, maybe something's been misconstrued, but he has said, from tonight we need to build the new team. We don't need to change too many players. We have 10, 11, 12 players who are good enough to stay as players and people. Now we need to complete the squad with the first level of players, because I suffered too much, but so did the players, the board and the fans, and we can't suffer like this at Tottenham Hotspur.
Brought it on himself.
Does it sound like it's a little bit unclear there, guys?
Oh, man.
Can I come in and say what I think? Yeah,
Of course,
On
go
that,
for it.
Sorry, I've had a few JDs, but I'll come in and say this. I think what he's saying is the squad's what, 22-man squad, yeah?
Yeah, 10 or 11 are all right for that.
10 or 11, yeah? You're talking about, you know what I mean, you can get by with. But we need a stronger backup plan, don't we? So he's going to look at the real weaknesses there. The 11, he's going to pick who stays, who goes, who's on board, who wants to stay, whose attitude was right for that run-in. And I think you'll probably end up with a little bit more than that going. But I think he's just being a bit kind at the moment and trying to, do you know what I mean? So I think there'll be a few more than that go. But hopefully the squad, the club will back him. Because if they don't, he'll be out the door. And I think he's the best thing that's happened to us since Poch. I'm going to say it.
Yeah, agreed.
Right?
Totally
We
agree.
had Mourinho in here. We had Conte in here. Right? And
I think it's a bit early. For me, it's a bit early.
When yeah, fair enough. But when things were going bad under Mourinho and Conte,
See what happens next season? 'Cause
everyone blamed the managers again. And here we go. We're back to that again. When really the board are not putting their money where their mouth is. We want to do this. We want to do that. But they don't give the managers what they need. Mourinho and Conte, they wanted their players. All the players we brought in are club signings. Let's get it right here.
That's the biggest problem, isn't it? That's the biggest problem, isn't it? Club signings.
Club signings.
That's it. That's it.
Who are
It's
the
not
10
help.
or 11 that are good enough to stay then?
Well, is he being a bit tactical here? Like,
Yeah,
you
he's
know,
gotta
he
be,
might be
isn't he?
seeing them as squad players, and then he wants a complete
Do you know
new
what
team.
Do you know what my take of this is? Do you know what my take of this is? I think he is, in the politest way possible, ruffling up feathers at Tottenham Hotspur, which is exactly what this club fucking needs.
Yeah, exactly.
He basically said that he goes, basically, it's a 25-man squad. 12 of them are worth keeping. The other 12, let's fuck them off, move them on. I need a proper squad. The real work starts now. Over to you, Enoch.
Yeah, that's how you read it. That's how you read into it. Let's bring in Corey. Well, he was here. He's gone now. But anyway, who wants to go next with that comment from Deserby?
I go back to. I think there was so many lessons that should have been learned from Conte. Right? Conte laid it down, not just in his Southampton rant, but in all of his. There was so much good. So many good things that Conte said. One of the great things that he said is this club needs to stop making mistakes in the transfer market. And you know what? We went, all right, mate.
Who said that?
Conte. And we just kept on making mistakes in the transfer market.
Yeah.
So it was just like, yeah, whatever. But do you know what? He knew what he was talking about, and he had a point. And then obviously we got his rant. I think it's very hard to see into the soul of a coach or a manager through press conferences, but that soundbite definitely sounds like shot across the bows to me, Dan.
Yeah, I think he wants basically off the squad gone. That's what it sounds like to me. He wants to clear out. He's realised it's obvious, isn't it?
That's what I mean. He's being kind, but like you said, he wants to keep 11. What he's actually saying is, I'm giving a little shot across the bow here. The 11 players, if you want to stay and play with the right attitude, fair enough, you're in. But massive changes are needed, and there's a lot of players that need to go. So I think what he's doing is he's being quite kind, but he's clever. He's being clever.
Yeah. Totally,
and that's what we need, a manager like that. We need a manager like that.
We do need a manager like that.
I do wonder if he, what's the organisation going to be? I'll be clear, right? I don't care what type of coach we've got. I don't care whether we've got pragmatic or attacking or this or that. But I do recognise that as someone who goes to the ground every single home game, the Tottenham Hotspur Football Club cannot have a pragmatic
manager,
which can't, because the fans won't have it. Our fans will not have it. It's not part of our DNA. It's not part of our culture. It's not why our fans became Tottenham fans, a lot of us, and we don't accept it. Our fans don't accept it in the ground. So it just won't. It'll never wash. Deserby. So that's why. So I don't care what type of coach we got, because I'm very, very clear. Tactics is all about implementation. So it's all about getting it right. You can be pragmatic, implement it well, it works. You can be attacking, implement it well, it works. You can be gung-ho like Ange, implement it well, it works. But at Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, pragmatic will never work. Deserby, which is why Frank was a disaster signing, yeah, because the fans were any bump in the road, and everyone was going to go after Frank,
jumping on board.
Yeah, because he's not one of us, basically. Deserby, I've got so many mates who are WhatsApping me, and they're like, I cannot wait for Deserby ball next season. Yeah, they want attacking, interactive, interplay.
That's if he gets the players reign, isn't it?
Tottenham, as a club, need to learn that defending starts from your goalkeeper through the back four, and then you can start attacking. When you got a solid defence and a good goalkeeper who's confident, even if it might be Kingsley, I don't know.
Well, we've got
you need a solid spine. You need a solid spine through the team. You need it through that middle.
Kingsley's still young. I'm not saying he's the answer, but he has definitely showed that he should be a squad player. Yeah, I think so. I think he's made some.
The save that he made today, someone said to me it was right at him. I went, well, I'll be a goalkeeper, try reflex save like he did, and you'll understand that's a quality save.
No. It's right in front of me, and that was absolutely top draw save.
Yeah, brilliant.
Saves like that win you points. Brilliant. Saves like that wins you leagues.
And he done it the other day, didn't he, Corey? Yeah, Corey, hello to you, mate. Hope you're good. I didn't say hello to you. Brought you in, mate.
I needed to calm down after the bedlam that's been this afternoon. I took my dog out for a massive walk with my son, and I've had the last 2 hours to collect myself because I've been bantering my mate. He's a massive West Ham fan. He's like, "Yeah, we're gonna do it." I was like, "Mate, you're going down." And so it's been like with us all season, me and him. So it's been quite funny.
Fair enough, mate. And I think, about that goalie, Kingsley made that key save, wasn't it? In the was it Leeds game? Sorry if I'm.
Yeah, in the Leeds game. He made a quality save in the Brighton game as well.
Leeds, Wolves, Brighton. He's made some good saves.
Mate, right? The one at Brighton was world class. I mean, the young guy has got praise from probably one of the Premier League's greats in Petr Cech. So to have praise like that as a young man, you try and feel that potential, and he's bounced back from that massive foul.
I think Deserby will be doing exactly what all us lot think if he's allowed to. Build from the back, go into the midfield, and build out from there. There's few players in there that are going to be all right like that, and there'll be ones that go. And we need to replace the weak ones with the strong ones. And you know what? With Tell, he's been hit and miss, a lot more miss than hit. But he has actually done a few things for us. I don't rate him, lads, don't get me wrong, but I think there's a player in there. I really do.
Tell is like playing a game of battleships, mate. E9, miss, E10.
We need to do better than Tell. We need to do better than Tell. I'm sorry, I can't.
No, listen me out. We can, but I think there might be a player in there. We just need to realise that he's only going to be a bench player, if not go out on loan and do a bit more there. But there's a player there. I think there's a player there, and in the last couple of games, he scored a goal. I mean, that was vital. That goal he scored against Leeds, now, wasn't it? Right?
Yeah.
He set Richie against Villa, and he's took the ball to the opposition. Fucked up a lot of times where he should have given the ball. Should have crossed the ball against Chelsea.
I'm just going back on Kingsley.
What are you doing? Right? but there's
I think
there's levels, and he's too young to judge just yet. I think he just needs a bit more patience. But we need better, mature players in the first 11. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'll give Kingskey a lot of praise on this thing because Deserby likes a goalkeeper that's good and quick with his feet, and that's one of his main standout points compared to Vicario, and I can't wait for that guy to go.
But he makes good decisions as well, Corey. So
yeah, I mean, under pressure, he's making the right pass, whereas
exactly, or he's deciding to go long. Whereas Vicario, look, I think Vicario and Tell have both got the same problem, which is they're both technically good, technically sound, and they've reached a high level because of it. But neither of them have got a football brain. Neither of them have the football brain that takes you to the next level. So Tell has all the technique in the world, right? He's got all the technique in the world. He's got pace. You can see it.
Becker's no brain.
Right? But today, O'Brien went on a yellow card at the 10th minute, and he didn't go at a clever winger, puts it past him, and goes, right, come on then, mate, let's go shoulder to shoulder. Because exactly. Because you know that's what he's going to do, and he can take him out once, twice, 3, 4. On the 4th or 5th time, he gets another yellow, right? But he doesn't have the football brain, and it's the same problem with Vicario. Vicario's got all
a lot of those in the club.
Technical ability in the world, but he doesn't have the football brain to understand when to do it short or when to just give it a whack.
I mean, it's unbelievable, Rain, isn't it? And guys on the chat that these haven't got football brains. They get so far in their careers, get paid thousands and thousands, and they haven't got a football brain. It's madness, isn't it?
There you are.
Absolutely madness. They haven't got a football brain. I mean, how have they got to where they got to?
Yeah, but Dan, you see it in all careers, though, don't you? You see people who can do a certain job, but then they don't go further than that. You don't go further because they don't understand it a little bit further. You could be a brickie, and you know what? You can lay a line, but you don't know. You don't know how to do a porch properly because
you don't know your corners.
I agree with that. So
you don't know how to do your corners.
Start your bloody corners and then work on your lines, don't you?
So can Tell get a football brain, or is that it? Or we just need to sell him? Can he get the football brain?
At a young age, like kids and players learn very quickly with the football brain.
He's not that young, is he? He's in his 20s, isn't he? Early 20s.
Well,
he's 20. Dead on 20.
He's only 20, 21, isn't he? That's what I'm saying.
This young player tag. Once you hit 20, you're a man.
Yeah.
Sorry. When you're 18, you're a man. Once you're old enough to pick up a pint, you're a man.
I think the problem with Tell has got the classic problem that I think Johnston also had. Really, really outstanding as a kid. Yeah. And that Kane never had. Kane had to develop a football brain, right? Because Kane didn't have all of that technique, that capability.
Because he's pace work.
So they've never had to actually strive to be to go.
Kane, wasn't he?
So Kane had to strive, and that meant that when he went up a level, he then strived for the next level. I'm sorry, but I think Tell has relied on his own technique, his own innate capability, which means that he'll only ever reach that level, in my opinion.
I mean, you got to look at Bayern here. They only got him off the back of a bloody a scouting video, didn't they? This is all these skills and all this business. And then Bayern went out and splashed 20 million on him at a young age, at 16.
Wow.
Yeah.
You just know what's going to happen.
Guys, I've got to do a little bit of gatekeeping here. There's 79 people in the chat here. We're only on 43 likes. Come on, smash the like button. Spurs have survived this. We've got another season in the Premier League. Smash the like. It's free to do. Go and subscribe to Cookie as well. Go and subscribe to Rowley. Trev, you've got a channel as well, mate, haven't you? Is that right, Trev?
It's only got 21 subscribers, so
it doesn't matter. I'll throw your link in there. Throw your link in the chat, and I'll put it in, mate. And anyone else on there, Dave, you started a new channel, haven't you, with Anthony, right? Stick your link in the chat, mate, and I'll get it out there, mate. Just send it to me. I'll put it in there. Big up to everyone in the chat. Thank you so much. Sue in the chat says, I can't attend the protest. Is there anything people like me can do?
Spread the word online. Spread it far and wide. Do what Mr. Daigle does. He's out in Canada. He's spreading it to where everything he's going to be going to next year. You know,
Yeah.
NFL games, NHL, basketball, wherever the guy can go to, he's going to protest. It doesn't matter how close you are to the protest or how far away you are. Let your voice be known online. At the team, you know, you can literally at the club on anything nowadays. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. You want your voice to be heard, so put it on there. I do.
I loved what Sarah from Spurs from the Stands wanted to do, which was a mail bomb. So an email bomb into the club. So you know, because we can protest, and I definitely think numbers in the high street and volume in the ground is the best way to do it. But you know, there's people who are worldwide. We're a worldwide fan base, so there's people who can't do that. So how do they do that? It's easy. It's multi-channel, right? Where it's freaking 2026. So I loved that idea, and it's a real shame that we didn't get 10,000 Spurs fans flooding Vinay's inbox. Yeah,
mail bombing sounds like the best idea, or just like constant bombardments and tweets, and just keep up the pressure and keep on atting the people that are running this board, that are running this club. Tell them that they're doing such an appalling job with our team and that they're only interested in making their money off of boxing and their little go-kart track underneath that they let people play Mario Kart on their stupid little skywalk.
I'm going to answer Lee. Just going back, Lee. No, I don't go to the relegation parades. So that was a question. That was a question. I think that was a bit tongue in cheek, because I'm sure Lee's been on other channels and probably saw how much how I went off on it on Cookie's channel. Right? So I'm sure it was quite tongue in cheek. I don't think Enoch is selling up. There's too much money in the property around the Tottenham Hotspur
Stadium alone. I mean, weren't they planning on ripping down some of the block high rises there and building multi complex like things there for people to live in and stuff
too
like
much
that?
Too much money in all those flats.
Hey, listen, we've made 2 signings already this summer anyway, haven't we now? We've got Senesi from Bournemouth there, haven't we? And we've got Robinson.
Yeah, but that's about it. We're going to make one statement signing, you watch, yeah, and then have these 2 players, and then they'll buy some more kids.
Well, isn't Senesi a Spurs lad through and through, hasn't he supported Tottenham since he was a young kid?
I believe so, yeah.
So then, get him in. I mean, I'd go out and have a crack at Alex Scott at Bournemouth, you know, get him out. He's a yid.
Look at the cheeky comment from James. Hello, James. How you doing? Come on. Have a chat to us. How you feeling, mate? I bet you over the moon. Come on, have a chat. I bet this channel is gutted. We stayed up. Oh, mate, I'll take that as a joke. Come on, mate. Have a little chat with us.
Do you know who I really, really, really want us to sign in the summer? And a player we've been missing, a style of player we've been missing for ages. Any of you familiar with Angelo Stiller from Stuttgart?
Yes, technically sound.
He is such a fantastic, amazing technical football player, and he's like James Maddison, but he plays in the deeper part of midfield. He always only looks forward when he gets the ball, and he's got such a beautiful pass on him. He's a ball-playing central midfielder, a proper number 8. The something we've missed.
We've been missing
the deep line playmaker, something we've missed since Moussa Dembele.
The good Dembele, not the burger eating one.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? He is a player I think would absolutely thrive under Deserby.
There's a few players in Germany actually that would fit this profile under Deserby as well. I mean, I'm going to sit here now. I might be controversial, but I know a lot of people hate Mason Greenwood. But on the football pitch, he's a technically gifted, very good player. I would take him just to see what he can do because he's a lot better than what we've got.
I just think, as much as I agree with you, and I'd love him on footballing terms to be a Tottenham Hotspur player, I just think I don't think he'll ever play in England again because he will just get so much. It's not worth the ag for him, is it? Because I think he's just going to get so much crap, and then it's going to give us bad publicity.
He's in the England squad. He's been named in the England squad, Dave.
Didn't he rescind his nationality to go and play with Cameroon or whatever it was?
No, he's on the England squad.
Is he?
Yeah.
I thought he rescinded his nationality
It's in the
to
England
go
squad,
and play
mate.
with someone else.
If he's in the England squad, why can't we sign him?
You watch that kid would go off and score the winner in the World Cup final now, and everyone would be like, "No, I don't want him." Oh, now I want him.
Yeah, exactly. He's gifted. He's a gifted footballer. He's a good finisher.
Did Adam Wharton get into the England team?
No, he didn't. No. But Jordan Henderson did. Make that make
Jordan Henderson. Jordan Henderson. I don't know how that guy gets in.
Jordan Henderson. Love that.
I'd go and get Adam Wharton tomorrow. If I was Spurs, I would go and get Adam Wharton. Don't care what it costs.
I'd go and get Adam Wharton tomorrow. But
lads, I've got to say bye to Cookie. Cookie, mate, you've done a shift today, mate. Bloody done a shift, mate. You've been going since what, 9:30?
Feel like Cookie, mate.
Non-stop, mate. You bet you're shattered.
The old,
you take care, Cookie. Big up, my man.
Yeah, mate. Go and get a kit. Go and get some kit, mate. But everyone in the chat, if you're not already subscribed, go and give him a sub and go and support him in the morning. He's going to his breakfast show, bank holiday Monday.
See you in the morning.
Yeah.
Big up to everyone. Big up to big effort today, and big up to the chat. And there's only one message that can ever go out now: staying up or going down, and it's Nick out. So every day of the week,
all day.
Nick out.
Yeah,
see you in the morning, 9:30. Take care, everyone. Thanks very much.
Well, mate, cheers.
Big up, Cookie.
Cheers, Cookie. Cheers, Cookie. Let's just go to the chat. I'll just go through a few messages, and then I've got a question for you all. So look, big up to Ben. How you doing? Paulina carrying the ball more than any of our forwards. Our best player this season, no debate, mate. Yeah, I think so. He's been
totally agree.
Out of the season of the players, he's been one of the better performers. Defensive midfielder, scoring what is he? Second top goal scorer in the team, I think.
Yeah, goals this year for us, isn't it?
Yeah, fair play. Big up to Brian. How you doing, Brian? Thanks for coming on earlier this morning. Tottenham have won the battle by staying up, but now it's time to go and finally win the war by getting rid of Enoch, the Lewis family, Vinay and Lange, the whole lot of them out. That's the challenge. That's the challenge, isn't it? And the battle will go on. The fight will go on.
So, any better person to talk to about not being able to get to protest the way it is? Mr. Daigle. Should message him. He'll tell you more and more on how you can get involved.
Yeah, there's all sorts you can do. But yeah, cheers, Sue, for your comment. Let's say hello to Rachel. Hello, Rachel. My great uncle was on the Spurs board when Spurs first moved to White Hart Lane. He's being turned in his grey, seeing what Enoch have done to our Spurs. Let's face it, they are nothing but profiteers.
Yeah.
Yep. Can't argue with that.
That's my missus. That is saying that. My missus.
Is that your missus? Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, big up Rachel then.
How
you doing, Rachel?
Tottenham through and through. She was holding my hand through the game, I'll tell you. Fair play to her.
I've got to sort out my laptop. My battery's dropped off and I've got to plug in a charger urgently. So I'm going to leave you guys with this question. We go around the panel. Let's start off with, I don't know. Let's start off with Corey because he's kind of new on the stream today. Expectations, Corey, as a Spurs fan. What do you expect from this club? And what's made you really disappointed with how the last couple of seasons gone?
Oh, where do I start? This team needs gutting out. We've been saying it for years, the deadwood. There's been so much we've held on to the last few years. We've held on to players for far too long, players for several different systems that never really worked under every single manager. So it's time for a clear out and getting what Deserby needs. We need a proper striker. We've got two strikers that couldn't lace 12 goals together for a season. Midfield, bolster it up, send some of these other kids out on loan. I'd send Graham Bergvall out on loan. That's just me because I don't rate the two of them. I would go and find two new wingers. There's just so much to do. We need a better left back, right back. I don't rate Porro. I really haven't seen the niche of Porro now proper for about 3 years. since he was in Spain. I would go and find another goalkeeper and let Kingsky learn from a solid pro goalkeeper and chuck Vicario out. I mean, I've been defending Vicario for so long, but he's just made so many howlers this year that me as a goalkeeper myself, I'm wondering how the fuck is he a professional now? This board need to start acting like a board. They brought out that little fluff piece at the start of the season saying we want to win leagues and Champions Leagues and fed us a relegation.
More lies.
More lies. 26 years of it. We've had
more lies. Merry-go-round goes round and round.
It just keeps on going, doesn't it? It's like one of those toys that perpetual motion. You can just spin it. It's just one of those discs.
Yeah, just more lies. That's what I say. I just think they're going to get one good signing, one like major signing, and then they're just going to get these 3 people, and then they're just going to get some kids and awesome.
Clear this boardroom out of idiots that don't know what they're doing. There's just too many yes men and not enough going against the grain. We need a director of football that actually has a direction, not just yes or no. We need a director of football now that is actually going to tell the board what it is. We've got a manager that I believe will tell the board what he wants. And it's time to say goodbye to Lange. There's a reason why Villa couldn't wait to get rid of him, because he was doing a shoddy job up there.
Not just yes.
Same as Benign, same as Lange.
I've been proven right about Dominic one good season. Solanke, yet again, another player I've called out. So when he first come, they were like, "Oh yeah, he's got to be great." I went, one good season in the Premier League, and how many years a pro? All right, sure.
9 years a pro, 1 consistent season. And Spurs slapped £65 million on the table for him. Fuck off.
There's a reason why Liverpool and Chelsea got shot of him. So...
everybody forgets the most important thing. Everybody talks about the transfer fee. Transfer fee is irrelevant. The fact is, we gave him a 5-year freaking contract. That's the problem.
Just ridiculous.
So he's at the club for 5 years. That's the problem. When you know, that's why I've loved these loans so much. You know, because you're not beholden. Like Mawani. Can you imagine if we'd signed Mawani, right?
On a 5-year deal.
On a 5-year deal. Yeah, on a 5-year deal. So like, there's no this, are we going to sign him? It was, oh my God, who's going to buy him? You know what I mean?
Rain, don't hold your breath, mate, because there's been a lot of talk all over social media and everything.
Mate. We did
we could possibly looking to extend it another year. So don't never say never. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? He's in the house. Big up, Scotty.
I would not. I said this on Cookie Show,
right? I said this on Cookie Show, right?
One at a time, guys. One at a time.
Sorry, Corey. I would not put it past. Corey knows. I've been saying it around. I would not put it past this Muppet Show to sign Mawani.
Yeah.
I would not.
My joke is if we sign him on a permanent deal, I'm going to go and get a Palace shirt, being a Brightonian, and stand outside the Amex saying I lost a bet.
If we sign Mawani on a permanent deal, I'm done. I'm completely done. I can't. That is madness. Absolute madness. Let's bring in Scott. Scott, how are you, mate? I know you had a great time watching that game.
Yeah, I mean, well, the one thing I'll say is I wasn't stressed, so I feel bad for everybody that was stressed. I couldn't care. Shouldn't say that hard. I wasn't really that bothered if we stay up or go down. And it's not because I think that relegation will change anything. It's because I know staying up won't change anything. One of the reasons why I have a hard time saying I'm relieved that we've stayed up is because I know nothing's going to be different. There's no positives going into next season. There's nothing for me to be excited about or happy about or positive about. And I know lots of people have said about Deserby, and I'll say this, he would have been one of my top 5 choices. If you said, who do you want to bring in as manager? Deserby would have been one of my top 5 choices. But there's nothing I've seen under Deserby that makes me think anything is going to be different next year. And that's not because of him. That's because with crap players, doesn't matter how good of a manager you are, you're not going to win. And as much as we want to say he got points, fair enough, he got points. We were awful today. We were terrible against Chelsea when we needed a win. We were terrible against Leeds when we needed a win. We were terrible against Sunderland. We had 2 games where you might say we were okay, Brighton and Villa. So, like, again, it's not on Deserby. I'm not blaming him. But there's nothing I've seen under Deserby that makes me think, okay, next year, now that we've stayed up, here's what we can build on. Because there's nothing. There is no building blocks at this club. There's nothing. 25 players we have, every single one of them can go. There's not a single player.
Scott, did you hear what Deserby said? Scott, did you hear what he said, Deserby, about clearing out?
Oh, yeah. That's why I'm actually pissed. Because, again, I like Deserby. His comments were clueless. His comments were delusional.
Smoke and mirrors. It's smoke and
He
mirrors.
is.
It will get rid
If
of players.
anything, he's showing that he's towing the Enoch line like we'd expect him to do. 10 to 11 players. Nope. Ridiculous comment. Absolutely ridiculous comment.
You don't rate anyone in the squad, Scott. Is there nobody you'd keep? You can't clear it all out. Let's be sensible here. We can't, even if we wanted to, even if the club wanted to, even if Deserby wanted to, they're not going to clear out the whole squad in one transfer window. It's going to have to be done over time, over windows. So based on that, Scott, is there anybody there you would keep? Come on, honestly. I know you think they're all shit.
In our starting 11, I think we have 4 places that were okay. The 10,
okay,
right wing with Kudus. Polina, if he comes back as the 6, and left center back with Mickey Van de Veen. And including that 10 is Madison coming back from a major injury. So there's a concern there. Polina, who isn't even our player right now. Van de Veen, who wants to go, but probably will have to stay. And right back, I'd keep Poirot, who I think's good, but everybody says is concerned defensively. So that's what we have. Other than that, I don't see anybody.
Would you not keep Danso?
No. If Danzo is our starting right center back next year, we are fighting for relegation.
It won't be Danzo. It will be Vuskovic. Vuskovic is going to walk straight into that team next season, mate. He has been phenomenal.
The 2 seasons he's had out on loan, I can now tell you with Vuskovic, you don't go to Germany and not make yourself stand out as a defender like you do in such a physical, demanding league like Germany is. He has proven to be a very good central defender that can track back, tackle, header, most of the things that Romero can't do. He can pass, he can score. He got voted, German Young Player of the Year, Goal of the Season,
Players Player.
Yeah, Players Player of the Year.
He's picked up 4 awards.
And he also played alongside his brother. Why not get his brother to come to Spurs? Those two are actually decent in Germany, Go and get his brother. Job done.
I'm not sure I wanted to rely that strongly on a 19-year-old with 0 seasons in the Premier League and 1 season in men's football.
I'd rather him than Romero.
He's an absolute
solid season in Germany. He is a very, very highly thought.
Scott, I'd rather him than Romero.
Yeah, I would as well.
I'd rather somebody than both of them, but
I'd rather have him than Romero. We ain't got to pay nothing for him, have we? Because he's our player.
I hear Sol Campbell's looking for a job.
Why we got Scott on question time, and I know Corey. I don't know if you finished saying what you did. Did you manage to finish saying what you did, Corey? When I left the stream,
it was.
You
just,
did.
I got it all out.
You got it all out. All right. Let's ask that question to Scott then, and then we'll go around the panel. Expectations as a Spurs supporter. What are yours, Scott?
None. It hasn't
no,
changed.
But what you would want? What would you want?
Again, expectations for what I want to see positive things. I need to see somebody at the head, so somebody to replace Vinay that has football pedigree, and not Vinay's worked for Arsenal as their PR man, like somebody who has actual football knowledge and is involved in football decisions, not PR decisions. I don't want somebody who's a businessman who worked at football. I want somebody who has been involved in putting together a team. Then underneath him, a director of football that has shown some quality. Sebastian Kiel doesn't give me. I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name, but
yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
he's not somebody who inspires much confidence. I don't see anything to say that he's any different than a Hitchin, than a Paratici, than a Lang. He doesn't seem. He might be better. I'm not saying he's worse, but there's nothing there that makes me excited there. Until we have those things in place, Deserby, who I really like, is going to be hamstrung. We've seen it. So we need to get those things in place, or else we're just spinning our wheels. We're going to do the same thing where there'll be a couple of players who we like, who we rate, a couple of players who Rain and Dave might rate, but Rolly and I don't rate, because that's what happens every transfer window, right? There's some players who we all like, some players who we kind of go back and forth on. and then we're not going to have. We're going to maybe get up there. We might get in around 10th if we're lucky, and we're just going to be back to where we are, saying things aren't good enough, because nothing can improve until we make the changes at the top. That's how successful football clubs work. We don't
Do you like what Villa have done, Scott?
Chelsea with the money, but we do have to be we do have to have successful people. They all do, whether you have money or not. And we don't have that.
Yeah, I agree, Scott. And I mean, you know, just for example, like what Villa have been doing, is that something you think Spurs can do if they have the right people?
Yeah, I think that, to me, I will always say right now, Villa and Newcastle, there's no reason we can't be equal to what Villa and Newcastle are doing, right? People can make excuses for, not excuses. Look, City spends money that we just can't spend. Chelsea under Abramovich and even under these new guys are spending money we can't maybe match, right? Liverpool and United have a historical relevance that is tough for us to match as well. But there's no reason we can't be as good as what Villa's doing and what Newcastle are doing. We should have players comparable to what they bring in, right? I don't think that's too much to ask for. And maybe we should expect to be like Chelsea and Arsenal as well. But
I was going to
at
say,
very least,
point on that, they actually have a scouting network that can find good players. Compared that to what we've got, we're a laughing joke in this league. Every team can seem to scout a good player but us.
And you know what? They get rid of players that don't work. Like they had somebody who was a good player. Who did they have? He was a center midfielder, and he was a pretty good player. They moved on one season. He didn't work one season. They brought in Harvey Elliott, who's a quality player. Emery didn't like him. He didn't play. I think he played 4 games this year. Like they don't just say, "Oh, because he's here, we have to keep him." The guy doesn't work. You're gone. You're reading about not playing you.
The point I made earlier, Scott, and to everyone here, we don't move players on. The players that don't work, we don't move them on quick enough.
That's right.
Exactly.
We don't
We're not ruthless enough. We're not ruthless.
We don't.
Ben Davis is a prime example.
Money back that we should get for them. Because every other club looks at them and think, well, they ain't worked at Tottenham Hotspur. We ain't paying that. So we get stuck with them.
The season where we could have sold Eric Dyer for 50 million to Man
Yeah,
United.
that's
like a distant memory now, that isn't it? Shit.
Yeah, but that's where the club needs to be, like Scott's saying, a little bit more astute. And we need cleverer people. It's all from the top down. We all know it is. We all argue our points. We all have a go at each other because when we read in chat, we're all a little bit edgy because what's happened this season. But it all goes back to the top down. And the mentality of the club has been bad since Pochettino, really, isn't it? It's been bad. The mentality.
We've always had a mentality problem, haven't we, guys? Even before Poch.
Yeah,
for years. Years and years and years. Spursy tag.
Leadership starts from the top.
Yeah.
You've got to lead by example. Enoch does not lead by example.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? And if you want your football club to be successful, to go on and win things, you as an owner, you need to lead, like the Cronkies have done for Arsenal.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
They're winners. They win.
They're winners. They've won. They've won. But they've got teams in NFL, NHL, NBA. They've all won things because they bring in sporting people that are good for that
who know that
franchise
business, who know that job.
Do you know what I mean? We haven't got that, and it is showed. We haven't got a good scouting network. We haven't got everything is wrong at the club.
Where are we shopping, Dave? Right, Dave, where are we shopping? There's Pete's question in the chat here. Where are we going to shop now? Who's going to want to come and play for Spurs after the last 2 seasons? We're not signing top players. No one's. We can't. We're going to have to start somewhere. We need strong players. We need the reliable players, Dave. So where are we shopping?
I've been saying this for weeks now, right? You can rule any big high profile name we're linked with. Forget it. It's not happening. We haven't got European football to attract them. If you're going to do that, you're going to have to sell them the world's best project. And let's be honest, we've got Vinay and Lang at this precise moment run the show. They couldn't. I've got no faith in them whatsoever.
They couldn't sell me a Mars bar.
Do you know what I mean? So we have to go into this transfer market and we have to just build this squad sensibly. There's players out there in the market. There's players out in that market. I'll run a few past you. Right,
before you do that, Dave, I want to say bye-bye to Rain. Sorry, my fault. I have a bit of dyslexia. Don't take offence.
Take care, Rain.
Rain, thanks for coming on, mate. Take care of yourself.
Can I just say, expectations? My expectations are also very, very low because, unfortunately, I listen to what people say and I take them at their word. And when Johan Lang, after January, is telling us after we bought Sousa, because we needed a left back, and we bought a 19-year-old from the other side of the world. And Johan Lang is telling us that the club will continue with the youth-centric policy. I'm expecting it to continue with the youth-centric policy. And actually, if we look at the last 5-6 games, who has actually got us out of the mess that we're in? Now, I know that Scott doesn't rate him, as a top. But Danzo has been immense. Danzo has been absolutely immense. He has been absolutely solid. He has just done the job that he needs to do. Paulinho, Bentancur, Gallagher, none of these are kids. None of these are kids. Yeah. These are all just seasoned pros. Now, we want more. We want better. We want quality. But unfortunately, if you're going to go out and buy 18, 19-year-olds, then what we're going to get is we're going to be back here. That's what I'm expecting. Thank you very much, Dan, and good to be on with you guys.
Cheers, Rain. Take care, man.
Rain, take care, mate.
I mean, I know
just to quickly clarify,
player that I really like the look of as well. I've been keeping a lot of eyes on Italy. Is what's his name? Mattias Oliveira, the Uruguayan guy that plays at Napoli.
Yeah,
solid little player. He's so underrated as well. I would have him in a heartbeat.
Well, let's see if he'll choose Spurs, though, Corey. This is the problem, isn't it? We're not a big attraction anymore. Sorry, Scott, you said you wanted to add something more.
I just was going to quickly say, I rate Danso as our first option off the bench. I don't rate him as a starting 11 player. I think he's perfect because of what Rain said, how solid he is. So when he comes in, he's not kind of making the squad worse. I think, though, he's limited in what he can do. So I think he's a perfect option to be a bench off your bench. I don't want to say backup. I know people get upset, but if he's in your starting 11, for 35 games a season, I just think we look at how successful teams are doing, and your center backs have to do a lot more now than he's.
Is he a bench player, Scott, at a top club?
I have no problem for a bench, and he fills in.
No, at a top club, is Danso a bench player at a top club?
Yeah,
Danzo.
I think he is. Yeah, I think he's a bench player
at a top club.
I don't think he's starting 11. I think he could. I think he could fill in.
Berg's a good shot.
I think he does. I think exactly what Ansel does. He doesn't come in and disrupt. You don't want guys who come in, and I'm saying like a David Luiz kind of idea. When he comes in and you're worried, what is this guy going? He might make a amazing 60-yard pass, but he also might watch as the player goes around him. So I think Danso is a quality depth player, but I don't think that he should be a starting 11 player. That's where I don't rate him.
But that's right. That's what we need, though, don't we? We need someone there who can come in and just do a job when we've got injuries. So we need to aim a bit higher.
We do. 100%.
Danso's all right, and he's done really well since he's come in, right? He has. Can't deny that. But you say, we do need better. And Porro, we need better. But, you know what I mean? Today, Porro, the passion he gives, in Paulinho today, the passion that they give to the team, you can't underwrite that. You need a blend, don't you? In a team, you need a blend. You need the passion, the fight. You also need the creativity, and you need someone to put the ball in the back of the net. So it's a bit of a blend of everything, right? So we need to aim higher. The only way we're going to finish mid-table, top 7, 8 next season is by improving the squad, going again, and getting rid of some of the deadwood. And we all know who they are, really, don't we? We all know that.
We certainly do. Let's keep going with the expectations. Rowley, your turn, mate. What's your expectations for Tottenham Hotspur? And just tell us how you're thinking.
Out of all the team, I'd probably keep 9 players out of the whole squad. Yeah, and that would be Kinski, Van der Ven, Polinia, Gallagher, Bentancur as a maybe, Madison, Kudus, Danso as a maybe, and Spencer as a maybe.
Xavi?
For the rest, as who? Xavi, yeah, and Xavi. That's 10 then, isn't it, altogether?
Fair enough. So what's your expectation as a Spurs fan, Rowley? What do you expect season to season?
I expect them. I'm just going by this summer. I expect them to, like I said, go and get a statement signing. Yeah, because this is what Tottenham do. And I don't expect much else. I expect them to go and get a few loan players and a couple of kids or something like that. That's what I expect them to do. Season to season, I expect they've got to show some heart. They've got to show something, haven't they? Because they've not shown nothing to the supporters, have they, Enoch? Enoch ain't gonna go out and spend loads and loads and loads of money. Don't get me wrong.
But they have spent lots of money, but they just spent it badly.
Not anymore. They ain't got to, are they? I mean, because they ain't got the money coming in from Europe, are they?
No.
Whether they've got the money coming from Europe or not, I thought the stadium was meant to be our game changer.
Well, you're right. You're right. What you're saying, that does make money. That seriously makes money. The stadium, but the thing is, with Tottenham Hotspur, they're not going to go out and buy £100 million players, are they? To change it, are they?
Not right now. We're so far off it, Rowley.
Yeah, I know.
So far off it.
I mean, like you need two really good players in each position. We ain't even got one decent player in every position. You know,
I mean, I'd give Sabi that leeway because of the injury. He was starting to show why we paid the money for him, but then we only got him because Madders went down. But
yeah,
relying on Madders, who has the nickname of Mr. 33%.
But he wasn't Premiership ready when he came, was he?
No, he wasn't. But I mean, we got to look at like players coming from abroad as well. When people go, they're not Premier League ready. I'm like, every player goes through this mill if they're Premier League ready or not, unless they've come through your youth academy. Every player, I kid you not, has come from a championship team where someone's seen something in them, like Alex Scott, where we never knew who.
Well, this is like the player I like, Hayden Hackney. I like Hayden Hackney.
Hayden Hackney's a very good, very technically gifted player, but I mean, I know we're still trying to get shot of Vicario, and apparently Juve is sniffing around him. Why not offer them Vicario and 30 million for Weston McKennie? We'll give you that and 30 million on top of Weston McKennie. I'll take Weston McKennie in our midfield because he's not really getting in at Juve, but he's a very good player.
To be fair, I'd much rather Keaton Yildiz, but that's never going to happen, is it? So,
All right, now we're playing Football Manager.
Now you're being silly.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have to change.
All I want is Messi back when he was 19.
I think Corey said Alex Scott, and I think he'd be an upgrade to us. But we're at the stage now where is he going to leave Bournemouth for us?
They just qualified for Europe, haven't they?
Qualified for Europe, mate. He is going nowhere. Unless like a Liverpool come in or someone like that, or a massive club comes in for him, he ain't leaving Bournemouth. We are going to struggle to get names over the line this season. This is why I said we've just got to buy.
I don't trust Enoch.
This is what I mean, guys. We got to lower our expectations.
Where do we go shopping? In Championship then? Is that what you're saying then, Dan?
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying be smart. I'm being smart. Do you know what? Right? There's Julian Brand. He's on a free. He's left Dortmund. He's free. No club snapped him up. Vlahovic is available for a free. Nobody snapped him up. Barcelona have pulled out because they can't afford him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, what's his name? Guirassy. A very lethal, deadly striker. Got everything to be a great striker in the Premier League. Has told Dortmund he wants to leave at the end of the season. He's got 1 year left. I think he's got 1 year left on his deal. I think Goretzka is going to AC Milan. There are so many good players that will. You can't tell me these players I've just mentioned won't improve our squad.
There is a lot of very high talented
players. Just because they're 33, 34 years of age, don't mean to say they're finished. They can still offer us something. But
well, Vlahovic, just turned 27. Guirassi's 29, right?
So they're in prime,
Julian Brand's 28. Do you know what I mean? They're in their prime.
Yeah,
they're ready to. They're established European football players playing for big clubs. They're ready to go. This is what I mean by getting sensible in the summer, because we're not going to go out. I've been reading a lot of stuff. We're going to go back in for Savinho in the summer. City won't sell to us because we refuse to sell them Kane in the peak of his powers. Do you know what I mean? So they're just holding that grudge against us. Do you know what I mean? So
it's like
get Savinho.
Is Guirassy on a free? Is he?
Guirassy, no, he'll probably cost us around 35 to 40 million, though.
Spurs talk show's going 60.
Well,
right, guys.
I put it out there a few weeks ago about before Brighton established their European Conference place, about going out getting Bart Vertonghen and Van Hecker from Brighton. Two very, a new goalkeeper and a new centre back to partner alongside with Van de Ven. We'd have the Dutch wall, but now that Brighton have qualified, we ain't getting them.
Guys, I want to come in here. Do people think Deserby? Because I'm seeing online that he's a miracle worker for keeping Spurs up. First of all, do you agree that he is a miracle worker? And then I've got another thing I want to say after that. Quickly,
100% yes, he's a miracle worker. Because after what we've seen over the past 2 years, he's managed to keep a really dross squad.
Yeah.
And I mean proper. This is the worst squad we've ever had. And I said this the other day. I said this on 2 Mark Show the other day. You think over 10 years, right? I know it's going to sound stupid, but there's method to my madness, right? In 10 years, we've had the spine ripped out of our team. You think back under Poch, we had Vertonghen and Alderweireld. There's your spine in defence. And in midfield, we had Wanyama.
And Lloris. And
Lloris, yeah. We had Wanyama and Moussa Dembele. Then up top, we had Kane on Son. Over 10 years, that's big. I get that. Players move on and stuff like that. That was the spine of our team. Then you had the great players around them like Kyle Walker, Danny Rose, Christian Eriksen, Dele Alli. Do you know what I mean? That's all been ripped out of our team. And look at what beholds you now. Look what we have been left with now. That tells you.
Superstars.
Do you know what I mean?
Superstars. We've got none.
We have fallen so far down the pecking order, right? We have been left behind by teams like Newcastle, Villa, Bournemouth, Brighton. Do you know what I mean?
But look at Bournemouth. They've got really good scouting. They've got to have. Look at the French
Bournemouth. Three teams that have done it right.
I mean, Deserby, the jury's still out, lads, really, innit? Because
guys, sorry to stop you. I've got to come in here. Didn't we recently be going to this data model and we're trying to copy the likes of Brighton and Brentford? What's going on here? Didn't we try that? We went on the data rather than the scouting actually going to see the player, and we went on numbers.
But we hear all that. It's not reflected in who we buy.
We're apparently on this data model, but when we got the three blind mice in charge of us in Vinny, he who shall not be spoken in Lange, and our mighty board owners, the three blind mice I'm starting to call them now. I keep saying our scouting network couldn't scout a Mars bar and Asda if they stood in front of it.
Have we signed any good players in the last 5 years? Have we? Ask yourself that, all of you on the panel in the chat. Have we signed any good players?
Average.
Yeah.
So James Madison's a good player.
I think that's a no-brainer, wasn't it? It's a no-brainer.
I think Xavi's a good player, but he's just too physically for the league at the moment. He's been lacking. So hopefully we do see something from him.
Yeah,
but it's hard. It's like you say about Deserby, right? Listen, it's hard to judge him because of the team we've got. Judge him when he's brought in his players. Hopefully, he will get his players because we all know the likelihood of that is pretty down low. But if he does get his own way, we might actually see what he really can do. You know?
Look, why I said this about miracle worker, right?
Well, we
Because I
say
think
that-
we need
Right,
another
give him-
miracle worker at this club, don't we, really? We need another miracle worker. Someone who's going to, you know, buy the players, sell the players, trolling the scouting. Because, look, we're going to have some financial issues, aren't we, come this summer? We're not going to be able to spend massive. We're not in Europe. We're going to have a big issue. So this is why whoever we bring in as DOF, they've got to be very, very good, because they're working in a very kind of difficult moment Spurs are going through as a club, right? On the back of two. Sorry?
They've got to be thick-skinned, I know that.
Yeah, and this is why when I see links to what his name Kill, doesn't inspire me at all. Doesn't inspire me. But then we have fallen away. Tottenham Hotspur, they're not an attractive club right now. They're not. It's a damaged club. We've fallen off massively. Look at all those teams going for European football. You know, on the last day there. All those teams getting European football and us fighting relegation, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
What's happened to our club?
It is, but
do you know what I do?
One at a time, guys. Who's speaking? Sorry.
Go on, you go first, mate. You go first. Bro.
It is, sorry, Dave. It is, but rightly so. We've had them 2 seasons where we haven't performed, when we haven't bought the right players, where we've had injuries. We've had a lot of bad luck along the way as well. But, you know, not being in Europe this season, lads, it's a bit of a godsend, really. We can survive that Europe. Going down, that we find hard to survive.
Yeah.
We're
not set up for going down.
We're not good enough for Europe.
We're not in Europe, right? And it's a godsend because we need to rebuild the club. So we've stayed up by the skin of our teeth. We've got a manager that we know now. There's no ifs and buts. He's staying. That's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
We know that. So again, back to the board. Over to you. Put your money where your mouth is. We're not in Europe, but it is time to build from scratch.
We need to hear from the club what their plans are, right? This is so important, and it's got to come out quickly. Yeah. You know, we need to hear what are the club going to do? Why it's gone so wrong? How they're going to fix it? What's their ambition? You know, they've got to be honest with the fan base. Yeah, this is the thing. We need honesty.
That's the word, man. That's the word, like ambition, right? So if we go and sign 2 or 3 statement signings, then others will follow. They say, well, Tottenham are going to go for it this year. Do you know what I mean? They're having a go. Do you know? But if we don't, we ain't going to get the decent signings. You know, and that's the way I see it. I want us to go out and get a good few signings so we can go good players like Somerville or someone like that. I know he's at West Ham. He had a cracking game apparently.
I am fed up with taking players.
But he's a cracking little player, lads. I think he could be.
He had a really good game today.
I don't
he
care.
Does every game.
We've taken
He does every week.
Players relegated.
So where he comes from, though, Corey? Do you know what I mean? I don't care where he comes from.
Fish downstream. Don't fish in the fucking Championship out of West Ham. Don't help them out.
We're taking their best players, isn't it?
Yeah, but Corey, he's caused us problems this year. That player and a lot of team problems.
Yeah,
he's an out-and-out winger. He can score goals, and in my eyes, he's proved himself.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think he could do better. Like I say, we improved the squad, and we got a player like him in the team. Kudos, and you got him the other side, you know, or back up. You've got to look at squad again. We're looking at squad again.
Yeah.
You know, that's where we've gone downhill.
Too many teams over the years.
I know what you're saying, but
players like Odeber who got relegated with Burnley.
Oh yeah, I mean,
but Odeber's not in Somerville's.
No, but I don't want to put money in the pockets of West Ham. Did it with Kudus, and then he got injured. But Kudus is a good player, all right. Somerville may be a good player, but I don't want to be fishing around at West Ham and helping them out again. Nah, man, let them suffer.
Nah,
I don't think we're getting players from better clubs. They don't want to come.
This guy's coming, Scott. What do you reckon of this guy here? We've heard, you know, from
I
Bournemouth?
like it. I'm a little confused because Van de Veen seems like he's staying, and Senesi's a left-sided center back. Like I like him; he's a good player. But now we're going to have him and Van de Ven as our left-sided center backs, and
not a bad thing, is it? That's not a bad thing.
Nobody
Scott.
good on the rights. It's
Need
good,
two
but when
players
you
in
have
those positions, you know,
when
like
you have
every
two
other club
players
has.
and good in one position and no good left backs, no good right backs, no good eights,
perhaps
no
they're
good
gonna learn a
strikers,
lesson,
no
though,
good left
Scott,
wings,
eh?
I start to get a little concerned.
Yeah,
Perhaps we're going to learn a lesson. You know, we can't rely on just one player in one position.
Yeah,
They've got to
I
learn their
like
lessons.
Senesi. He's a good player to bring in. My concern is are we going to fill the positions we need to fill, right?
Well,
I mean,
it's
Rain
$1 million
was saying
question,
it earlier.
isn't
The
it?
biggest problem we
That
had
is the
is
one.
squad
That is the
building.
question.
Biggest
Just going back
problem
to
in the team is goals. Goals. Biggest problem in the team is goals. We're not scoring goals.
Yeah.
So
You're not creating goals.
No, we're not creating goals, but we still need someone that when they get the ball, 2 out of 3 times they're going to put the ball in the back of the net or test the goalkeeper.
Yeah,
And
shot on target.
yeah, exactly. We've not seen it, have we, for so long? So this is why we are where we are, really. The ball drifts up into the penalty area sometimes, and there's just no one on the end of it. No one there.
That's absolutely right.
So we need an out-and-out striker, but we also need another, because of Maddison's plight, like Scott said. You know, you never know with Maddison. He's only going to play here and there until he's really ready and fit to play. Oh, I hope he is, because I really rate Maddison. I really think he's a great little player. He opens up channels
as well.
He's got a good game. When he come on today, obviously it didn't matter today. It was a little bit like beyond him, wasn't it? The ball was going past him. But we need another creative player. Hopefully that will be Xavi. But until we see his physical strength come up, we won't know.
Well, he's not back till probably January next year, is he? So
yeah.
He's. I just want to answer Dan's question. Dan's question about what's my expectations.
Sorry, Dave. I didn't answer it, mate. Apologies.
Nah, that's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's all good. I've got very high expectations for Tottenham. Probably unrealistic, but I've just got these are just my expectations of where I think our club should be at for the for what is our club's net worth. How we're like the 8th richest club in the world. Do you know what I mean? We've got a fantastic stadium. We've got state-of-the-art training ground. We've got all the ingredients to be an absolute dominant force in football. So these are my expectations. This is what I would like to see in the summer. But I know it's not going to happen, but this is just what I'd want to see. I want our owners to go up to Ralph Ragnick and go, here is the keys to our kingdom. You tell us your price. We'll pay you, whatever it is. I need you to take full control of the ins and outs of the team, and I want you to help build a fantastic squad for our new elite football manager.
I like it, Dave. I like it. I like that. I like what you're saying. This is what I'm worried. Sorry, Rowley. This is what I'm worried about, isn't it? Are we going to replace the DOF? This is it, isn't it? Sorry, Rowley. Let Rowley come in, guys, because Rowley was speaking there. Sorry, Rowley, I interrupted you, mate. Go on.
Yeah, but this is apparently we're getting that Sebastian Kerr, and I don't trust him. I mean, what's he done?
He's nothing amazing, honestly.
The only thing he's done in Dortmund is literally upset everybody there. Do you know what I mean? Do you know, he's upset the players. He's upset the fan. He's just done a wonderful job.
They should be looking
one
higher.
of their own as well, mate. You know, he won the league with that team back in the day as a player. So.
Yeah. Guys, I want to go through the comments because I've not got too much longer. Unless anyone would add any burning points they wanted to make, fire away. Otherwise, I'm going to go through the chat.
Yeah, go on, mate. Go for the chat, mate.
Go for the chat. Big up to everyone. Smash the like button and all of that. Subscribe if you're new. Much appreciated for you all being here. Yeah, this evening. And look, beyond 72. Evening to you. Think we're having Maddison Xavi, but we need that across the squad. Yep, I agree with that.
Totally agree.
Giant Panda, bargain basement, low wage signings per usual. No expectations there from Giant Panda. Evening to you. They'll raid Wolves, West Ham, and Burnley. And, it's what you're saying, Corey, isn't it? Surely we can do better. But look, this team is falling away, and I just worry that who can we attract now? Deserby, he's got his work cut out, hasn't he, really? What else is Beyond 72 saying? Why can't we get Scalia?
It came to my attention the other day that I put a thing out. I go, let this one sink in as Cookie was ending his show. I hope you sleep well after this information. Spurs paid 65 for Solanke, 60 for Richarlison. PSG paid 59 for Kvaratskhelia.
Stop it, Dave. Don't do
it. Douay on the cheap as well.
Napoli offered. We were offered when he was at Napoli. He was offered to us, and apparently Conte turned him down.
No.
Apparently, yeah.
Apparently, yeah.
That's why. I find that hard to believe. How could you turn down? He was a baller at fucking Napoli.
Yeah,
we were offered Douay.
I don't know about that.
Turned him down. It's his wages at the time.
He isn't really what Conte likes in the style of a player. It shouldn't matter how good he is, but I kind of can believe it because he's not really what Conte wants. Now you should get.
Let me ask you,
that's what Conte is. That's the good and bad of Conte, right?
There's 6 of us on this panel. I'm pretty sure all of us now would sacrifice our nutsacks to flipping have Kvaratskhelia our club.
Oh no, I'm agreeing with you there, Dave. I'm just saying it's somewhat believable.
I said about Kvaratskhelia when he was at Napoli and we was linked to him, we need to go and get him, and then someone said to me, I didn't know what I was fucking talking about. Okay.
No, I agree. I wish we had him. He's
only that one.
I'm just saying I could believe Conte not wanting him because Conte's kind of like that a little bit.
The same person that said I didn't know what I was talking about when it comes to Adam Walton, but oh well.
Right, let's crack on. Evening to Sean. How you doing, man? How's your I think you did a watch along today, didn't you? How did that go? He said branded is dead food. I don't know. I ain't been following him. He doesn't rate him. It's finished.
God, you broke my heart saying that, Shawnee boy. I love doing it, Brad. I think he's
broke Dave's heart.
Do you know what I mean? I've always rated Julian Brown. I think he's a very good technical football player, and I think he's better than what we've got. So,
Grassi will cost 60 million. Don't
know. He's probably right actually in footballing prices today.
I don't know how many goals he's got this season.
If Solanke's worth 65, then Grassi's double that.
Let's show other comments in here. Can't stand Porro or Richie. They're drama queens. Get them gone. Scott saying to Rachel, I don't blame Deserby. What's that? 6 mil just gone on Deserby. What's that? Sorry,
60 mil.
60 mil. That's
of course, to bring him in. Yeah, they spent a lot of money on him, haven't they?
That's what he got paid for keeping us up, is it? Is his bank balance?
I know that's the length of his contract is 12 million a year, but I reckon he's gonna. He's had a very nice incentive bonus, like an extra 5-10 million if he keeps us up. Yeah. He's laughing all the way to the bank tomorrow. No wonder why he's running around the pitch celebrating.
Yeah. He won't be buying the dinners for the players anymore, will he?
Geezer's £10 million richer.
Yeah,
probably,
definitely, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Pick up to Lucky Singh in the chat. Deserby, head of scout.
Needs a head of Scott. I think that's
needs a head of scout. Yeah.
Head of scout.
Head of Scott. Scott, do you want to give me a head?
Stop it. Razzle dazzle. Sunderland signed 15 players this season. No excuse why can't. And they've just qualified for Europe, man. It's mental, isn't it? They've just qualified for Europe
to get there, which is beautiful because Chelsea have no European football.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we laugh at that, but you watch them next season, mate. Under Xabi Alonso, they're going to cook. Yeah, they're going to go out. Xabi Alonso is going to go out, have a blank checkbook to play with, and do you know what I mean? They'll be straight back in the Champions League next season. Mark my words.
And listen, they've got some good young players, mate. There, do you know what I mean? You can't deny that.
Yeah,
they've got some good players there.
Lads, I'm exhausted. I have to shut down, man. I'm so tired. I've been streaming all day. So I'm going to shut the show down. I want to go around the panel. Just final thoughts of the day. You know, massive staying in the Premier League. It's been a dreadful, horrible, depressing season. So many arguments, so many debates, so many different opinions on what's wrong with Spurs. How can it be fixed? But yeah, just briefly, guys, and we'll start with Rowley. What's your final thoughts of the day and the season? And yeah, your experience as a fan, mate.
It's been exhausting, isn't it? It's been absolutely exhausting. It's been
That's a
hard
word for it.
work. It's been hard work, mate. You know, trying to do these shows and try and talk of something positive about this bloody football team. But there you go. We go again, don't we? We're here again. So big up, come on, you Spurs. That's all I can say.
Cheers, Rowley. Well said, mate. Well said. And go, Dave, mate. Same question to you.
Yeah, it's been nothing short of soul destroying this season, but I'm glad it's over. I'm going to watch Deserby's press conference again, just see if I can decipher what he actually truly means and try and puzzle it in my head. But yeah, there's a lot of work needs to be done in the summer, and the hard work starts now, right now. And the first task is get fucking Lang and Vinay out of this club. We can forget Enoch. We all want them out, but they're not going to sell unless stupid money comes in. So, but I think you've got to start off with getting the bad eggs out of this club. And I think that's the start. That is the start that needs to happen. And I think just let back Deserby and let him cook.
Fair enough. Well said, Dave. Well said. Yeah. And let's go to Corey.
I am relieved, but then this has been a long time coming with lack of direction for God knows how many years now. We've stayed up by hook or by crook. We've had some dodgy decisions go against us all year. We've had the run of the mill in the last 2.5 years with injuries, players consistently injured. It's time we clear out the injury-prone crocs that have just taken up wages. I have this running joke. I think Darren Anderton left something in the water at the training ground. That's why our players are always sick and injured. You know, I jokingly said earlier on, can we do what to West Ham?
We've done that far back.
Years ago, give them a dodgy lasagna, but we don't need a dodgy lasagna now, do we? So, thanks, but no thanks, West Ham. I know the taxpayers are going to be gladly paying for your stadium again next year. So, bye-bye. And let's just hope we can get proper backing now for this manager. My man.
Yeah. Is that Corey? Is that it, man, or was there any more?
I was going to have more, but then this beautiful man has come in.
And yeah, Brian, appreciate you coming on, man. We're going to be shutting down in a few minutes, but I want to hear from you before we do. And just going on what Corey said, and, you know, players should be assessed on performance and availability, I think, going forward. Two things.
First of all, I just wanted to quickly pop on. I didn't even know how long you were going on for. I was listening to you on the way home from the Scotland Yard. Then I saw you were still on. Literally, wife picked me up at the station. As soon as I got in the car, all the exhaustion, all the stress, all the lack of sleep, everything, I've just crashed. I've literally, I thought, well, I'll just come on for a couple of minutes anyway. Didn't know how long you're going on for.
Yeah.
I am exhausted. I think, as I say, we are all. Thank God it's over.
Oh, yeah.
The social experiment, the shit show, the how not to manage a season is over and done with. We have Premier League status. It's not a time for celebration. It's a time for relief, reflection, and avoiding humiliation. We did what we had to get done today. We really did. It was never about the performance. It was about it's never about the style of performance. It was about getting the points. We did. There were some great performances, in all honesty, but thankfully we have got the job done. We can put all this to bed. The whole way after I came off your show, Dan, I got on the train. I was like, is this the last time I get on the train going to the yard as a Premier League team?
Mm.
Then I took my photo outside the yard. I was like, is this my last photo I take outside the yard on a match day as a Premier League team? And thank God we got the goal, because when West Ham went 1-0 up and 2-0 up, especially when they went 2-0 up, I was like, Spurs, you got one thing to do. Just don't fucking concede. Just whatever you do, don't concede. And then I saw 9 minutes injury time. I was like, oh, Jesus. I was like, nah. But thankfully, Kinski with that save at the end, obviously it wouldn't have made a difference because it would have been the draw or whatever. Wow. He had nothing to go and make that save again when needed, when he wasn't really called upon. Just absolutely relieved that the job is done. And we're going to get a load of banter that we finished 17th. Don't care. We're still a Premier League team. That's all that matters.
They've gone quiet though, Brian, hasn't it? All the people wanting us down, they've gone quiet.
They have. Listen, they've gone quiet. And when is Rain still here? Or has Rain dropped off? When
he's
Rain
gone,
was,
he's gone.
When he was talking about the West Ham fan and feeling, look, there is a rivalry between West Ham, and obviously, if there was a club we could send down, you'd want it to be the now champions or a London rival. But I know a lot of West Ham fans that are decent people. I know a lot, and like I said, we've now lived this relegation battle. Last season we were flirting with it, but there was no chance because the teams were so poor. We have just experienced something to the final day. We've had a couple of few lucky escapes prior in the Premier League history, but nothing as scary as what this has been. And if we can't reflect, learn, and make sure as a football club that this never ever happens again, because I never ever want to go through this ever again in my life, ever. Because it was just until that whistle went. But like I said, we're safe now. We're safe, and we can just relax for the summer.
You can breathe. You can breathe, Brian. Have a break. We all need a break from it. All of us, really. It's been exhausting. I think that's a good word, and I think Rowley said it as well, Brian. Exhausting is a very good word, and we just need to just relax now and see what happens.
Yeah.
Shit show, lads. That's what I think. The whole lot of it's been a shit show. We've all been arguing against each other, all going against each other's opinions. At the end of the day, it's been one thing only. The board. Their decisions, it's all on them, right? We've been arguing with fans. We've argued with each other. We've all had it out.
Yeah.
We've argued the toss, really about the same thing. I come to a conclusion today. We got over the line by the skin of our teeth, but we need to call this board out now. They've done their time here, 25 years, whatever, since they've been here. They've been shit show. This ain't Tottenham. This ain't Tottenham. This is their little project that they've had to make money out of us. Now we need to football in this club.
Their mission statement when they took over from Sugar is "We're here to make money." That is when the alarm bell should have gone up on all of our Spurs necks. You know? All those heads should have stood up 25 and a half years ago when they took over. I was Levy, Enoch, and all this lot out when Yol was sacked. So it's like 18 years Levy left. We all thought it was the big bad Levy. Nah, it trickles down. Levy was there, yes, man. Enoch is still in control.
Exactly right, mate.
Biker, yeah? What you just said is true in a way. Levy was the front for Enoch's fucking smokescreen. Right?
I've come in when it's my specialist subject. Look, I'm not having it. Levy has ruined deals, ruined transfers. What Daniel Levy has done for this football club commercially and growth-wise is unparalleled. But that's what he was great at. What he wasn't great at, he was absolutely pathetic at. And this lack of quality and poor recruitment has been coming for years and years and years. And in January, we're all having a go at Lange and not panic buying, blah, blah, blah. If you go and look through the last 11 years of Daniel Levy's January transfer buying, they've been shambolic. A majority have been shambolic. He always had to get the best. Premier League clubs didn't want to deal with him. Other clubs in Europe didn't want to deal with him.
Agents, players, everyone.
He had a massive effect on the footballing side, which he should never have had any power or the amount of power he's got. When he left, we got told that it's going to be different this time. ENIC had a chance and they blew it in every single way possible and every single way manageable. Any footballing bar they had to reach, they came nowhere near it and they got found out. This can't happen again. This shouldn't happen again. And hopefully Deserby will have what we heard, more power than most people. And I hope he has the power to sack Lange. He might not have the power to sack Vinay, but I hope he's got the power to sack Lange. I've always said when a manager comes in, he should always choose his director of football. It shouldn't be, you're going to work with him or whatever. Right. You get someone that you work with that will have the same kind of alignment as you, that will know the players. And I feel the same in the medical team. When they come in, it should be the manager who deals with this. And I hope Deserby, one of the first things he does is go, Johan Loeng, there's the door, piss off.
Brian, let me say this to you. Lange will be gone. I'm telling you now.
He best be.
You know what?
Sorry, everyone. I've really got to shut the show down. I've been going nearly 3 hours. But I appreciate you all coming on the show. And big up to everyone in the chat. Make sure you smash the like button on the way out. Appreciate you all. Thank you so much. I need to breathe, like Brian says. got out the car. Oh my days, everybody! It's exhausting stuff.
I've got to wear shades.
I need to go and chill out and kind of just
reflect on the season.
Reflect on the season. Go and see the reaction. And maybe not tonight. Now I think I just need to rest up. But over the coming week, I'll do some kind of season review when I've got the energy for it. Because that's going to be painful again. But yeah, look, guys, I appreciate you all. You know, Spurs stay up. They just about stayed up at the skin of their teeth.
Yeah.
Will anything change for the better? Well, I doubt it, but we will see. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much. I've really got to close it down and appreciate you all. Take care of yourselves. Good night. ENIC out. And good night.
Come on, you Spurs. Later on.
Yeah, man.